What's up with you? What's up with you, bro? What's up with you? We got some breaking news. Oh, Mike Tomlin, after 19 seasons and one Super Bowl championship, Mike has stepped down as the head coach of Pittsburgh. Tomlin's decision came hours after the Steelers suffered a wild card defeat to Houston. Steelers offense couldn't break through the Texas tough defense, even while forcing Texas offense to turn the ball over three times. He was the first Steeler coach to have a 9-year stretch without a playoff win. He went to the Super Bowl with Bill Cowher's players. Bill Cowher built a team with Hines Ward. Bill Cowher, that was Bill. Bill drafted Ben Roethlisberger. He had Tommy, what's his name? Tommy Frazier, I think. He had some guy. He was out of something like the USFL or something. He brought the guy in. They had a run, and he was trying to become the long-term starter. And Bill drafted Ben Roethlisberger out of Miami of Ohio. And Tommy had a fit. He had a hissy fit. They wind up cutting Tommy. But that year they got rid of Tommy in training. They got rid of him. He went to the Raiders and fizzled out. He was not a good player. He was trying to use leverage because he had a good year, but they got rid of him. And then Ben, the rest is history. Ben, was it? Yeah, Ben. Yeah, they went to the Super Bowl. I think they beat Seattle. Anyhow, he turned the team over to Mike. They hired Mike Tomlin out of Minnesota. He was with Tampa Bay. He was under John Gruden. Now he came in with Minnesota. Anyhow, he's out. Okay, he's out. He should have left 10 years ago. He should have left 10 years ago, man. The year they lost to Green Bay, he should have left the next year. He decided to stay. They never drafted a replacement. He said that they had a chance to draft Jalen Hurts. The team overruled him. There were other players, not just Jalen. There was another player out there. He said they had a chance to draft, and he was overruled. Yet he continued to coach the team. Now, Pittsburgh has reached out to Notre Dame. We know now. Come on, now we talking. They want to get some life back into that team. They want to get some life. Get him. Get him. We talking now. We talking now. You see the difference? You see the difference? You say Mike Tomlin, you sick of him. You're glad he's out of there. Then they say Marcus Freeman. You're like, oh, hell yeah. You see the difference that makes? You see the difference that makes? Nobody wants to sit up there and watch Mike. He don't know what he's, well, that's a whole different. Tommy Maddox, thanks you. Tommy Maddox, my fault. Tommy Maddox. And he's out. He stayed too long. He said he had a chance to draft Lamar. He had a chance to draft a lot of these quarterbacks. They had a chance. They chose not to. He kept trying to patch it together, patch a team together. They bring Aaron Rodgers in there. I don't know what they expect from him. He played like trash for Jets. Sure enough, in the playoffs, he fizzled out. They still, thinking that he's the same Aaron Rodgers. The man is in his 40s. The man's not the same player. He's not the same player. And speaking of that, Jordan Love had a Pat Mahomes moment. Did you see that? Did you see it against the Bears? Did you see Jordan Love? Did you see him? They was up 21-3. They come all the way back. You see him keep making mistakes? I said, man, this dude reminds me of Pat Mahomes. I had never seen that happen. I said, look at him, man. He can't throw the football. Unstoppable in the first half, second half, he can't throw the football. This guy had a Pat Mahomes moment. Sorry, motherfucker. You know what? And this the thing. Now I know that about. See, I had never seen that before. But now I know that you just like that. You'll fizzle out. You have brain farts. We see that with Pat. Now. Pat's not the same player. They didn't even make the playoffs. We can see that this Jordan Love thing, it's going to get worse for him. Because, see, look, when a quarterback does that, when they have these moments where they just fizzle out during a game, They just all of a sudden they can't complete a pass. They're underthrowing, they're throwing in the dirt, they're overthrowing, they're throwing picks. I've learned from Pat. Watch out for that. You want to hop on that early. You want to hop on that early so you can put your money in. Because I know I read Pat Mahomes. I know exactly how he plays. I can put a bet in on him real easy. Because I know he's gonna fuck up. I know I saw this guy's nice. I say he's having that moment. Look at him. He looks like he can't read deep. Okay, let me go against him. And see, I don't keep up with Green Bay like that. I did. That man came out and had a Pat Mahomes moment. It was pitiful. Did you see how bad he was in the second half? Now you got Mike. Mike's out of here. No more the eye popping, no more the bubble eyes all popped out the top of his head. Good Lord, thank God for that. No more the press conferences. No more of those ridiculous press conferences with his eyes all bubbled out. Come on, man. Get Marcus Freeman, man. Come on, brother. Brother, we'll win a couple of Super Bowls with this guy. A couple of Super Bowls. And that football team needs that, man. They need that energy. To be honest, Mike Tomlin, he drained a lot of energy. His disappointments, 10 years of just failure and fuck-ups. And Ben, and he got fat. Ben got fat, but the last 3 years, he was too fat to play damn near. I think Ben was almost 300 pounds playing quarterback. They ran off Antonio Brown. Look, we know Antonio Brown. We see he's nuts. We see that now. We didn't know that, but as a football player, they ran him off. That was the head coach's problem. He couldn't have him wouldn't get along. Mike Tomlin told him, go ahead, get out of here. He was upset at Ben. He said, man, throw the goddamn ball in my hands. You keep throwing the ball at my feet. He was complaining about that. He missed it, but he said, man, you look where you're throwing it. So he picked up the football. It's written. This happened in practice. He picked up the football and he smacked Ben with the football. He said, throw the ball in my hands. And after, he did that and they didn't do nothing then, but later on they just said, Antonio, just go ahead and leave. I don't know. I think he should have been done that. I think he should have been done that. Well, he's out, man. Mike Tomlin stepped out. He said he's going to take some time off. I don't know why he's doing that. With the money they're paying now. And is there really going to be a movement for Mike? I'm just saying where? Where, Mississippi State? Ole Miss. Is there really going to be a big movement for Mike Tomlin, man? It's going to be interesting to watch that. I don't think he has any value. I don't. I think he can be assistant coach somewhere. Maybe he can go coach the linebackers at University of Tennessee. He can be a linebackers coach. I don't think he can. I don't think he's good enough. I think he won because of Bill Cowher's players. And you saw he couldn't restock the shelves. Now, he said Pittsburgh didn't let him. That's a reason to quit. They won't let you pick the players, and you have to quit. Say, look, I can't win with these guys. And look at Eric Bieniemy, and we all know Eric Bieniemy, he's the one who picked Pat Mahomes. Eric Bieniemy, also offensive coordinator for Kansas City Chiefs. He saw a guy who could do all of the things they needed a quarterback to do in the offense that Andy ran. And he said, we got to get this guy. They moved up 10 spots. They had a quarterback at the time. They were a playoff team. They had a starting quarterback. They moved up 10 spots and took Pat Mahomes. And then they ran enemy out of me. Brother, y'all see, that's enough. You want to talk about racism. See, that's racism. You're going to say that with Mike Tomlin. What they did to Eric Bieniemy was ridiculous. Was absolutely preposterous what they did to that man. And ever since they ran him off, Pat has consistently been worse and worse and worse. Look at him now. We blew his knee out. Now he popped his ACL. He's consistently become a worse quarterback. When he was under Eric Bieniemy, they was winning Super Bowls. He was unstoppable almost up until Cincinnati in the playoffs when he had that moment. The moment we saw with Jordan Love, he had another. I don't know how to play the game, which is ridiculous. I don't know. Guys were wide open. He wouldn't throw the ball. You can go look at the tape. I'm looking at Travis Kelce. I mean, was it Travis? Yeah, Kelce. Yeah, he's wide open. He doesn't throw him the football. So man wide open. He doesn't throw him. He wait. Then he gets sacked. I said, what happened to Pat Mahomes? This is Pat Mahomes. Yep. And ever since then, it's been downhill. You can go back to the Cincinnati Super Bowl where Cincinnati, when they played the Rams that year, whatever year that was, Pat has been on a slow decline. They got obliterated in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. He played like trash. And you can know what's common in that? They got rid of the offensive coordinator, the guy who found him. Mike never went out and found any talent. Now he's stepping down. That's obvious, that's out of respect. They could fire him, but then they'd have to pay him too. But then they're going to negotiate. It's going to be, he's going to get money. He'll get probably 20, 30 million, It's just the way the business that they handle. It's how they handle business. They respect him. They, a firing, that's sort of disrespectful. They'll allow him to step down. In the meantime, while he's cleaning out his desk, they're calling the University of Notre Dame. Now that's what I'm talking about. Now that's that's a football coach there. That's a football coach. There you go. That's a coach. And they need it, man. They need it after this absolute disaster. For the last 10 years, it has been just an absolute failure. Just the absolute nonsense. And the players and the inability to beat Bill Belichick, that was embarrassing. I said, damn, man, you get sunned every time you play the Patriots. They sun you, bro. Give me a win, even one win. I think they beat them when Brady was hurt or something. They never beat them in the playoffs. They would have had the best record. They'd be like 15-1, top seed. Patriots would come in and beat them at home. He get out-coached. He get out-coached. He said Freeman's horrible. Okay. Understood, brother. He's exactly what they need. Old school type football coach who's going to come in and revitalize the whole organization, man, from what they've been through. Put some fire back in the logo, man, the Steelers. Make fans or whatever watch a game. Say, oh, man, the Steelers playing. I'm going to watch this. They got a new head coach. Let him look at the draft board. Let him make some picks. Give him some NFL talent. Let's have some press conferences that are normal, that are not all bug-eyed and lips poking out. What is that? And I was always saying, man, what is up with these press conferences? He said, if I'm Pitt, I'm calling John. Why? So they can lose some more. Because that guy. That was 90% Lamar. See, this is what happens when you just win because of good players, just like basketball. You bring in Shaquille, yeah, you're going to win. You get you a nice fat deal. You got Shaquille playing. Yeah, you're going to do better. But what happens when he leaves? And you have to actually coach. Then people see that you're not a good coach. As a head coach, you got to constantly find new players, man. You have to, your responsibility is to get out there and find new talent. Look at the guy, and I looked him up, the Kurt Cinetti, the Indiana guy who played Thursday, I think, or Friday for the national championship, and he's going to win. The Cinetti guy, he went to Indiana. Everybody say Indiana don't even have a history. That's a doormat. They're undefeated. He beat all of these guys. He beat Ohio State. He just he beat them bad. He just blew Oregon out. And I say, you guys think a head coach don't matter? Because that team went from nothing to look at them now. It's because of him. Those ain't no good players. Half of those guys probably won't even get drafted. Even the Heisman, he won the Heisman with the quarterback. They're even questioning if he'll even be a first. They say he might be picked in the 5th, 6th round. He's doing it with just mediocre talent. That's a head coach. That's what you need your coach to do. He's got to take a mediocre team and make the team better. And the guys they get big contracts, they go to that other team and they fizzle out. Because they were only good because of that coach. He knew how to scheme. He knew how to set them up. He knew how to take advantage of their best abilities. John Harbaugh couldn't do that. That's Lamar. Man, don't let Lamar, don't let the Ravens get a market for. Don't let him come up. Do not let that man go to. You're gonna see the first time you're gonna see undefeated team. Lamar, a healthy Lamar Jackson with a good solid defense, they go undefeated, man. In the meantime, Cleveland's looking for, I don't know if they found one. They're looking for a coach, right? I saw Deion Sanders. He had to ask permission from Colorado to go to Cleveland and put in a resume, and they told him no. Now, guess what, Deion? But see, we already know that goes into the Negro don't believe in rules. See, we know that. And I think the white man knew that a long time ago with the nigga. He says these niggas don't believe in no rules. I was like, damn, bro, if it's in your contract, you know the deal you negotiated, didn't you? So you go out and negotiate a big deal, you get a big $43 million deal. You got the contract, you got a copy of it. Then the Cleveland fired their coach. Hey, I want to go interview with Cleveland. Well, Negro, you on the contract. And I said, well, why? I said, why do you even think like, what? You know what? I want to put that in my contract. They said, well, in order for that, we're only going to pay you $31 million. You signed the deal. You say, okay, I'll take that. It ain't what you want to maximize your money. Good Lord. Can you imagine you're a businessman and you got to deal with people like that? You're a businessman. The man signed a contract. Now he wants to break the contract and go and interview. He can't. Legally, he can't. And who would want him to be their coach? I'm serious. Who the fuck would want Deion Sanders to be the head coach? That fucking circus. Even though I think, Cleveland need a coach desperately, but damn. And my fault, I blame you, Deion. I wouldn't put that in my contract. Don't put that in your contract. Of course they're going to protect themselves. But they control that. No, you can't interview with another team while you're under contract with us. Now, you can have that taken out, but it's a compromise. That means they're going to take something out. They'll give you that, but they're going to want something in return. Yeah, you got to buy out, but still, even with the buyout, we can say no. And when you talk to Negroes, it's impossible to get them to understand that. I'm talking to the guy in the barbershop. Man, they hating on Mike, man. I said, huh? Man, they hating on that brother, man. That's a black man, man. Let that brother go talk to Cleveland. I said, well, brother, he negotiated a deal. He got like a $43 million deal. And there's language in the contract that protects Colorado. Man, fuck that. Let that man coach his son. Man, I said, man, you niggas. I said, I'm out of here, bro. I said, I'm done. I said, man, and you learn so much when you do that. And don't give me take some time off. You mean don't nobody want you, nigga? Mike Tomlin, I'm going to take some time off. Nigga, because ain't no interest in you. I'm going to take some time. Of course you're going to take time off. But in your favor, Mike, because we live in the world of streaming and the internet, you will get big money. So you'll be able to do play by play or something. You'll probably do like a Tom Brady. You'll wind up doing a broadcast, and eventually somebody, the money, they'll lure you out because of the bread. There's a lot of money in football, and they need quarterbacks and they need coaches. They do. He said Dion doesn't. He got a coaching background now. No, Dion. What messed Dion up was the language. Once again, he probably, if Dion would have just signed, if Dion would not have negotiated a new deal, he didn't have to do that. He could have stayed on the deal he signed with Colorado. And right now, he could have just left. He could have went and interviewed with other teams. And if an NFL team wanted to break him a contract off, they could have done it. He could have been in the NFL. He's got a resume now. Yeah, he has it now. He's qualified to be in. I mean, not that they go by that, huh? But he could be in the NFL coaching right now. But he did that to him. See, this is what I'm saying. Why don't people just accept the man should not have signed a new deal? Hey, man, you want to coach your kids? Don't sign a new deal, Dion. Just wait. No, I'm going to sign a new deal. Okay. Colorado's not stupid. They're not going to let him go. They're going to say, well, we got to make, even though they've made their money back, they make so much money off of him. Man, Colorado making so much money off Dion. For every dollar Dion make, they make probably $25. Shirts, jerseys, all of that. Football attendance, TV deals. They get money off Dion. But what you do is you don't sign a deal. You have to, it's business out here. If you play for the University of Army or Navy, right? If you play for those academies, right? If you go to the academy, you have to sign a 6-year commitment to the academy. I mean, to the service. Air Force, you got to sign a 6-year academy. I mean, 6-year contract commitment to the school, to that service, right? We saw that with David Robinson, right? David Robinson playing basketball, Air Force. Was it Air Force? It was one of them. He was playing for one of the academies. He was really, really, really good. He could go high in the first round. They gave him a waiver. They didn't have to do that. They gave him a waiver. And that allowed him to wind up playing in the NBA. It's not, see, when you're not a good businessman, when you do stuff like sign contracts and then want to violate your contract, that's just not a good it's about business. It don't work because you want to do it. No. That's how you talk to a child. Well, my son is I want to go coach my son. Okay, but you signed a contract. Man, forget the contract. Yeah, okay. Well, it don't work that way, sir. How about we say forget paying you? Then we wouldn't be fulfilling our obligation in the contract. You have to fulfill your obligation. He's out. Marcus Freeman. Hopefully they'll get him. They certainly got the money. They need him. They need him. Man, they need him like a shot of insulin. They just simply need him to put life back into that organization, get the fans up, get interest going. They need that. And hats off to Pittsburgh. They picked the right guy. They went right after the right guy. When they was running Mike up out of there, which they let him step down, it was already on the phone talking to the University of Notre Dame, trying to bring him into the fold. Already. He played for Navy. David Robinson played for Navy, and he signed a 6-year commitment, which you have to do. But he was really, really good. So they let. Now hold up, that's the thing. They let him out. You got to understand, they have to let you out your contract. You can't just say, "Hey, I'm a top round pick. I don't want to." It don't work that way. I think go to jail for that. It don't work that way. You have to be let out. Yeah, and they let him out of his contract. The admiral. It's a bunch of guys. There's the quarterback now for Navy. I think he's possibly going to get drafted. Sometimes they don't do it all the time, but you know why they do this? Let me tell you why they do it. They'll do it if you do what you're supposed to do. If you've been a wonderful example, the head coach, everybody loves you, they'll let you out. If you're an asshole, they're not going to let you out your deal, man. They're going to keep you in it. They're going to ship your ass off to fucking Adak, Alaska, or Bobito, Iran, and that's where you'll do your 6 years. And then you could try to re-enter after that. He said Dion doesn't have any coaching skills. Wow. Well, it's not easy to do that. That's what I'm saying. Look at the guy. Now the guy. Let me see this guy because I mess his name up. Hold on, let me get this guy's name right. It's Kurt. Watch when I hit C, it's gonna jump up there. Ooh. Kurt Signetti. Kurt Signetti. It's his father. So he grew up the son of a football coach. His dad was a football coach. So he's one of those kids. So he got in. All his life he's been around football. He coached James Madison. He coached a couple of like small teams. And now he's gotten his opportunity with Indiana. Look, hats off to that dude. He did it the right way. He didn't have he don't need Ohio State. He don't need Penn State. He said, I'll take the worst team. And he got it. And he went out, he recruited against them. He didn't those are not no one. I can go and look. Those are not no great draft picks. I mean, no great players. He fielded a team. And he's won all his games, and he'll win again. It's just to show you about what a coach is. That's a head coach. That's how important it is to be a good head coach. If you're not a good head coach, man, you're just not going to win. And Mike can say what he wants. I mean, I'm sorry. A lot of people just don't think he's a good coach. Oh, he's black. Okay, what about him being black? Apparently, it don't matter to Pittsburgh. They let him step down. Apparently, it don't matter to them. He stayed there 9 years too long. I don't know why Negroes act like bitches. We finna get back into that. They want the white man is, yeah, he is a racist. The white man is very racist. But that don't mean you can do it. That's what I don't understand when Negroes think because the white man racist, just give me my job. Let me have the job. I don't have to be qualified. Okay, you sure? Get your ass out of here. They're not going to let you do it. And yeah, we're going to watch, Mike. You're going to take you some time off. Yeah, because we know there's a demand for you, Mike. We know that. Yeah. He's going to wind up just like Tony Dungy, bro. He's going to get a good, now hold up, Dungy and Rodney Harrison, they get paid, right? They get paid for that little 5 minutes or whatever they do on Sunday Night Football. He's going to get his money. He's already a millionaire, though. I think Mike made like $15 million this year. He's a multi-millionaire. I mean, obviously you got to pay him, right? But I don't think it's about money. I think what's going to happen is Mike going to get him a nice, fat commentator check, which he deserves. But as far as interest for him to come back into football, I just disagree. I just don't see it. It's the same thing with Rex Ryan. I mean, he took an interview. There ain't nobody hiring him, bro. And Cleveland's wide open. Hey, Rex, why don't you go and let's see if Cleveland's interested. And a lot of these guys, the agents, they don't tell you guys the truth. They play the game. Of course, they're going to scream racism, Man, Mike Tomlin, man, that was racist, man. What? Him coach? You're right. I think it was. I think it was very racist to have him coach them last 9 years and lose and never get fired. I was offended by that. I think his ass should have been fired 9 years ago. And Marcus Freeman, that's what you need. Go out, get a guy like Marcus Freeman, let him come to Pittsburgh, and let's put some plaques and championship medals in the trophy case. Give me some championship irons. And the sad thing about it is if Marcus Freeman is the next coach, they're going to win. They're going to win. And you're going to say, why weren't they winning like this with Mike? Well, he's not a good coach. Whoever comes in there, well, I got to see who they pick. But if they get someone like a Marcus Freeman, they're going to win. The guy said Marcus Freeman is a bad coach. Why? Because he lost to fucking Miami the first game of the year. And look at where Miami is. Miami's in the championship game. He said he's a bad coach because they lost to fucking Miami. Yeah, I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't go that far, man. And Notre Dame, I hope you guys know that's not Notre Dame. It's not Georgia. You have to get into the school. The admission test, that's not easy to get it to attend that university. And I'm sure it's athletic scholarships. I'm sure they have some of those. I'm sure some of those guys, you would question if they can complete those courses. I'm sure. But it's still Notre Dame. That's really not where you go. You're trying to go to the NFL. You go to Alabama. You go to Tennessee. You go to Georgia. You go to USC. Those are your pro schools. Those are the teams that's going to get you in the pros. That's why Notre Dame, man, to win there with that talent, and then you see the teams they play. It's not like they playing doormats. And that school, because all they do is win, they're going to get ratings. They make money. Well, they make money, period, but they got plenty of money, though. Plenty of money. Mike's out. It's sad. But when you get a team, when you do what Mike Tomlin did, when you get a Super Bowl, when you inherit a Super Bowl winning team, and then when they go to Arizona, they shouldn't have won that Super Bowl. James Harrison, the 97-yard interception return. You had the Cardinals were about to score. He throws a pick. The guy returns it right before the half. They still had, even that, they still had to come from behind. Okay, so he won a Super Bowl, finally. They played Green Bay. They should have won that game. But that was when Ben was pretty much done. Mistake. If you're gonna look at that Super Bowl against Green Bay, there was about a minute and a half, 2 minutes left, and Ben turned the football over. That's not a quarterback. You said, what about these guys who got ice in their veins and they'll bring the team back from? No, he got out there and he turned the football over. He says Mike may be a community or sports. Oh, well, you got to understand, we live in the age of streaming now. Because we live in the age of streaming, there's a lot of opportunities for someone who's experienced like Mike. He could get a deal with Amazon Prime. And Amazon got some money. They'll pay him, man. He'll get his money. Somebody said he's going to be the head coach of Bethune-Cookman. The Bethune-Cookman Buffaloes. Man, I don't think they'd hire him. We got the link, man. We just want to announce. I found out the man dropped it out. I said, let me put this out here. I want to put my thoughts on this. These are my thoughts. These are my opinions. You go out there, you get a Marcus Freeman. You build this team back. You bring this team back to the type of. You make this team and make it like it's historical context when you talk about the history of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Terry Bradshaws, the Chuck Knowles. That's what you want to recapture, and that's what you capture if you bring in a Marcus Freeman. You've made that organization and that city suffer for 9 years through an absolute bumbling idiot, a pop-eyed moron who blathered in his press conferences. And eventually he got out of there. And before he could even pack his fucking pencils, they were on the phone talking to Marcus Freeman. What does that tell you about they're going to miss Mike Tomlin? Go ahead, Eric.
How are you too? I mean, if you look at his record, man, I mean, the man never had a losing season. The man been there damn near 20
they
years.
hire you? Is that what they hire you to do?
Oh, yeah, I mean, he got 2 Super Bowls.
He
20 years never.
He got a Super Bowl win and a Super Bowl loss. He's the only coach that's ever lost the Super Bowl.
Who?
I believe Mike is. Mike. I think Mike's the only coach for Pittsburgh that ever lost the Super Bowl. I think they've won every time they've gotten in. They've won.
Okay, well, how long did they have a 20-year record though? A 20-year track record? But the thing is, they have so much. I think they have so much respect.
Do they pay you just to win games, or do they pay you to win championships?
They pay to win championships.
Well, what are you talking about? Oh, he won more games than he lost. They don't pay him, but they want to win a championship.
I understand that, but I'm let me finish the thing. But I think that himself, they had so much respect for him for putting a good team. All he can do is coach. But
you sure about that?
All he can do is coach. It's a team effort. He had some of the best players. Some mediocre players too, but 20 years is a hell of a run. I mean, he get nothing but respect.
For 19 years, and he hadn't done anything in the last 9 of them.
Well, I mean,
what are you saying, man? You get paid to win. They don't pay you to just win a couple of games. You got to be competitive.
I understand that.
Look at Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin goes there. They go what? 13, or they go 12 and like 2 or something like that. They only lost 2 guys. They lost 2 out. So Lane Kiffin goes there. They come back this year. They lose 1 game. Lane goes there, they lose one game to Georgia. They turn around, they beat Georgia. Lane's left there, he's at LSU. They pay you to win. They can pay anybody to sit there and go 6-5.
Yeah, but
They
you're
don't
trying to
want guys to do that, man. They want you to win the game.
because I mean, it seemed like half of the damn NFL line got fired. They gonna need everybody need coaches for their teams. They done got rid of everybody. About what 12, 13 coaches.
That's why they get fired. Because just because you make
Yeah,
the playoffs, they'll let you get away with that so long. But
I
after
think
that, they just got to get rid of you.
I think this is my opinion on Mike's side. I mean, he look, man, they sending me all these damn washed out players and these damn new recruits who don't want to listen, who don't take the
Are
game
you
serious.
serious? I'm let you know. I shouldn't even go ahead, man. My fault.
I'm
The
talking
floor,
about
the
the
floor is yours.
players. Look,
Yeah, go ahead.
they ain't had nobody. They ain't had nobody of caliber. The last superstar they had on their team was Antonio Brown, the receiver. He's the biggest player they had, and that been damn near 10 years ago. Ever since then, they ain't been drafting no good. They've been rotating them bullshit quarterbacks with Pittsburgh for like the last 8 9. That's the catalyst of your team. They ain't had a quarterback since damn they ain't really had a quarterback since Roethlisberger. If you think about it, right? They had that Randolph dude. They got Aaron Rodgers. He washed
Oh
up.
man, he's awful. That's Mike Tomlin, though. So you got to understand.
He don't
Um,
control. I mean, they
yes,
control
we
to a certain.
do. Mike Tomlin, bruh, you're being ridiculous.
I mean, they get a little say in
Mike
it,
bought
but
that Mason Rudolph guy back from Tennessee. That guy is absolute trash.
yeah, everybody's trash. Yeah,
Absolute trash.
yeah.
And and Mike, like I said, and you know what? People blame Mike Tomlin with Antonio Brown. They said that if Mike was the leader, Antonio wouldn't been cutting up out there like that.
You said who?
Antonio Brown.
If what happened to him?
If
If what?
Mike Tomlin was a leader, Antonio would not have been cutting up like that.
Yeah, but Antonio been doing his little stuff. You didn't really know about all them antics until like after he left, because all that stuff he was doing was done under
And whose
wraps,
fault? Once again, that would fall on who? Mike Tomlin.
and then that's when they let him go. When he
But
stopped
but but
playing.
but but Mike Tomlin let him get away with a
No,
lot. But Mike Tomlin should have been able to have some type of relationship with that player to let him know, hey man, we need you.
but he was
We
the
need you. He couldn't get that. No, he couldn't do it. So and what he did, he sided with Ben, and that's when Antonio said, "Wait a minute, so you just gonna say, yeah?" And a lot of players have said that Mike's a company man. Then them players, once they find out that you're gonna side with the organization over them, they're not going to play for you. They're going to be disruptive. They want to go to another team. They don't want to play for you.
but
He shouldn't have
Antonio.
done that. No, that's common sense. Mike should have been able to deal with Antonio Brown in a productive way, milk them last 3 years out of Antonio. When he was done, then he could have said, okay, we'll send him to another team.
But Antonio been the highest. He been the best receiver in the league for like 8 years straight, though 7 8 years straight. So he been a
And Mike
franchise player.
messed that up.
No, Big Ben wanted to be the because even they had the locker room was split. A lot of them was saying that Antonio been disrespecting some of them old players, and the players turner they got mad because Antonio been a fourth string, and he got a starting job a little bit. He got the biggest contract, and he was a fourth string. He
What?
wasn't supposed to make it that far. He one of the last picks, and in 2 years, in
Man,
two
this guy.
years,
This
he
guy.
been he been the number one receiver in the league. Less than 2 years with the
What do
biggest
you mean
contract.
he wasn't supposed to make it there? What is I don't even get that.
Because he was a fourth string receiver. You
Well,
don't
he
see
shouldn't be a good player.
that's historically, fourth string players never really amount to much. It's usually the guys in the top 20 picks who are the
Okay.
real superstar. I mean, I mean
Okay.
historically, that's what everything.
Mike, look, Antonio Brown, they got him.
Yeah.
He played well.
Hmm.
Uh,
He played
Mike,
bro. He played at the
Mike,
best.
you got to, man, you got to put fires out. You think right now in the NFL playoffs, you think there's not fires where players don't like the other player and
That's
the
every
coach got to get in
team.
the middle of that? The coach got to calm these guys down. You think, look at the guy, Stephon Diggs. Look, see the Patriots because they got, look at the Vrabel. Look at the coach they got, Vrabel. And you saw the guy almost punch. Vrabel almost got punched on the sideline about a week ago. He's got to interfere. He's got to get between these guys. He can't be intimidated by these guys. He knows who he's drafted. A lot of those guys are thugs,
The
but
Eagles.
but they win with those guys. So he got Diggs. Diggs is a fucking thug. And he's got to keep that man's head together so that they can win games when he's able to do it. So they're winning with that. But that's what a head coach, that's what they're paying you as a head coach to do. You got to go in there and put fires out.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm saying the Eagles, that coach about to get beat up by the receiver this week, and he jump up in his face. Randy Moss and Chris Carter never got along. So a lot of players, it's all
Which
about.
also hold on, I didn't see that game. So wait a minute, I saw something. So was it Brown? Was
Yeah,
it the
Brown. Brown. That's what
he was
happened.
gonna punch
He,
his coach?
yeah. I've seen that at the
Wow,
gym because the coach wanted him to come out the game for dropping a pass, and he got in his face, and then somebody jumped in between them. The coach was like,
wow.
"Well," the coach was like, "Well, I wanted to pull him out. He wanted to run a few more routes, and he got emotional with me, and I got emotional with him. You know what happens? All this happened to all teams and coaches getting to. But if you're a productive player, they'll let you slide for a long time as long as you're being productive.
You're right.
Because
You're
yeah,
right.
that's what I'm
You're right.
saying. That's what
Yeah.
Antonio Brown.
That's what I
So
said. But
yeah,
he still had some gas left. And Mike Tomlin squandered that. Look, Mike, you favor Ben, but if you do that, you're going to lose other players. Now, I'm saying Mike's been around. I can't do it. If I'm a head coach, I'm not going to favor my quarterback, especially if he's fucking up.
yeah,
He's going to be the one I least favor. I'm going to be calling him out every time you throwing these picks. We can't win with you turning the football over.
yeah.
Because
Ben
you
been burnt
can't.
out.
Hold up. You can't win if they're going to turn the football over. I'm not going to get on the other guy. You talking about this AJ Brown guy? Well, they're going to pay for that because you're right. I watched him. He was up there complaining about not being thrown the ball. He dropped
Yeah,
ball. Now they're out of the playoffs. I've been got rid of Brown. I would have been got rid of him. I would have got rid of him in the season. With the very minute he started complaining, you got to get rid of him. What Tom Brady used to do, Tom Brady, he's famous for this. If you drop one ball, he's not going to throw to you for a couple of games. It'll be 4 or 5 games. But you know what? And they watch. You're going to run your routes. I don't give a damn. You're going out there, you're going to run hard. And even if you get open, he's not throwing you. And it's because you dropped a pass of his.
Jay Cutler was like
Hold on.
that
That's
too.
what he does. No. That's how Brady does. He's historically like that.
And
The
Jay
guys
Cutler,
know
yeah.
that. T.O. played in New England. Ask T.O. He'll if you
No,
start if
T.O.
you
didn't
drop
play.
his passes, if
T.O.
he
didn't
if
play in
he
New England. You talking about Randy Moss?
I think T.O. played. I think he played for a year.
No, he didn't play. He was with the Bengals and the Bills after the Eagle. No, he wasn't with New
Let's see.
England at all. No, that's
Okay.
Randy Moss. Yeah,
Okay.
but
You say
yeah,
so.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So you like
I
when
mean
Rand,
Chad Ocho, you're right. I mean Ocho Cinco.
yeah, he was there for like a
I
year.
said you're right. I said Chad. I said T.O. Ocho Cinco. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Ocho. And the thing about Ocho is with his other teams, they feed him the ball, whether he would catch it or not. He didn't have the greatest hands, but they would feed him the ball. Yeah, he eventually he catch him, but Brady don't play like that. He's not gonna feed you nothing.
Ocho about to go to the Hall of Fame. I think he barely got in because he
This
had a good.
year?
They put him on the thing. I think because he had a good run with the Bengals for like 8 9 years. He barely. I think he barely got in. He on the ballot though, maybe like
He on
second
the
ballot.
ballot. Okay. I mean, I don't care what they do with the
Yeah,
Hall of Fame. They can put him in and leave him off.
yeah. But yeah, just what I'm saying. But the Steelers had so much. They could have been fired him 3 4 5 years ago. But
They should have fired him 9 years ago, man.
yeah, but yeah, you're not
And,
gonna
and
have a.
and a lot of people think it's because of the Rooney Rule and racism and stuff, but all this whole DEI, what Trump's talking about. A lot of people believe that's exactly what was happening with Mike Tomlin. He was
No,
no longer a good coach, but they couldn't fire him because they hired him under the Rooney Rule. And that's the thing. When you use things like that, how do you fire these guys? Because then they turn around, they scream racism.
no. But well, I mean, if when you do all that, most of the time in the NFL, like you go like if you start off all that 1-6 and 1-8 and all that and 2-9, when you start off, they fire you like in the middle of the season. They don't wait to the end. But if you're a team like the Steelers who win 10 games every year, they'll keep you around because there's some hope there. If they can't find a better coach to fill your position, even the best person for that job, you got to be a special type of coach to coach the Steelers. They just ain't gonna hire anybody. All them coaches got legendary status. Like Mike Tomlin, he going to the Hall of Fame. The white dude, what's his name? With the nose, who won the boat with the other coach before him. All them dudes got legendary status, so they don't still hire anybody
Well,
from no
I
damn
don't know
Steelers.
about all that. Look, he'll probably
I'm
go
saying,
into the Hall of Fame. I don't know about all this legendary coach. He's not a
yeah,
good coach, man. Look, you want to see a
yes,
good coach? The Kurt guy, the guy for Indiana, the guy that'll be playing in the championship. If you want to know how you grade a good coach versus a bad coach, look at the guy for Indiana. That is a
Indiana
good
what?
coach.
College? The college?
The football team, the
I mean, I'm
Hoosiers.
talking. Yeah, yeah, I'm saying, but that's college though. Them college coaches, they
Yes,
don't. They come
college,
to.
but he's a good coach, brother. He took a team that was a history of losing, and he's undefeated now.
Yeah, but
If he
most of the
wins,
time, them college.
he'll have a complete undefeated run. But it's because he knows how to play the game. He knows how to look at film. He knows how to design defenses. That's what a coach does. He knows how to use his talent. That's what a coach does. And
Yeah,
I don't
but
understand. You
go
people
ahead.
talk about coaches, they don't realize all that losing, that ain't a good coach.
Yeah, but
All that player, you said this guy for the guy for the Eagles, he's on. You got to look at him. He's got AJ. He shouldn't have AJ Brown there.
yeah, but they lost some. They did that. They did bad this year.
AJ should have never been on. I saw that when he started. The moment he started bitching, you get rid of him
You
because
can't.
he's a cancer to the team.
I
Because
mean,
now he wants to save face. Now he wants to punch the coach. Of course he does. He should have never been there. So you do have to blame the coach. If they're going to do that, you can't have them on the team, man. If they're going to punch you or they're going to do some stuff during the game and challenge your authority, you have to get rid of them. You have to have a atmosphere of teamwork and respect. Now he's got that with Jalen. I thought it was unfair to Jalen. I said, man, why Jalen got to deal with this dude, man? Maybe you ain't open.
yeah, but Jalen didn't play good this year. He was okay, but he didn't really play that good. But
Man, I
that's what
saw
I'm saying.
that football. He threw that. He hit that man right in his hand. That man dropped that ball. I think they would have put him in field goal range. That man flat out dropped that football.
Yeah.
AJ Brown.
Well, that's
And
what
I
I'm saying.
think I looked at the TV. I think I saw something going on the sideline. Turns out he was trying to punch his fucking coach.
Yeah. Now that's what I'm saying. But back to this coaching thing. I can tell by the comments in some of them every like 99.9% of the people saying hell of a run, legendary, best coach of all time for the Steelers, all
That's
the
what you
fans.
think?
I'm just I'm still looking at the
Okay.
comments. I don't see nothing
Well,
negative.
you a fan. You're a fan of Mike Tomlin. Okay.
I'm just saying what the people are saying.
We looking at different forums
No,
because that ain't what they've been saying about him in the forums I read. They don't say that best
well,
coach of all time.
no. I'm just saying the best coach for the Steelers, not all time. I'm just saying the hell of a run, the best run.
Why was the organization on the phone
Uh-huh.
before he's even got all his shit out of his office?
That's what they
They're
always do.
they're in the other room calling the University of Notre Dame.
They listen.
That
That's what
don't
they
seem like
do.
that's not to me. That's not a loss. To me, it's just like with a woman. You dating a woman, y'all break up, and before you can clean out your closet, her man is coming over.
Yeah, that's how women do. They always
Yeah,
got a
that's a
backup
woman that
plan.
don't really. Did she really didn't? She's whatever she used to care about. She don't care about you now. That's the
Exactly.
same thing about that team. You up here glazing Mike Tomlin, talking about how good he is. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh, they've already found his replacement.
That's NFL don't care about nobody. They'll find anybody replacement.
The fact is, man, Mike Tomlin is well paid. He held on the job way too long. Okay, they have to pay him. They didn't, he stepped down. He saved face. We know he'll go into a world of money at this moment with all of these streaming things now. You got Peacock, you got Apple TV, you got Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin they'll pay you to be their analyst.
Yeah, I think he should
He's not going to
retire.
get. We're talking about millions and millions of dollars
Yeah.
to do nothing now. Rodney Harrison and Tony Dungy, and I don't know because I don't really watch NBC like that, but they only work 5 minutes out of a year, 5 minutes a week. They only do 5 minutes. They do. I don't even know if they're around for the halftime. They do the little pregame, and they get millions and millions. They don't get no $2 million. They get like 15, 14, $25 million to do that.
I don't get paid that much. Probably like 5
They,
or 6.
shit, they getting paid, bro.
Yeah, they get them little 5, 10. They get them little 10 years.
Maybe Rodney Harrison
Or
might be getting $5 million. I know Tunja get more than that.
yeah, I mean it all depends. But I think he did. I think he need to go ahead and retire. Don't coach no more football teams because now they're gonna expect every team he go to win 10+ games. He can get fired the next year. I wouldn't coach no more. 20 years is enough.
What you're saying don't make sense, man. If you coach, you have to win.
I understand that.
Don't
But
nobody want to win no 10 games. They want a Super Bowl.
I understand that too. They don't care what you did last year.
Well, then, so if he chooses to coach, he got to win.
Yeah, but I'm saying if I was him, that long stretch like that, 20 years for one team, I'm not.
That's this.
I done
This
got
is
my money. I'm
this is
done.
this is the best thing to happen to Mike. This is absolutely Mike. He gonna remember this day as one of the greatest days of his life. Right now, it don't seem like that, but he's gonna look around and realize that he should have left 9 years ago. The world is so much better outside of that team, that Pittsburgh team, that he was stuck in the world is so much better. He's going to see that, but right now, yeah, I mean, he has to step down. But this is not where, like I said, we're in the age of streaming and stuff. It is so much money out there. I mean, it wasn't money anyhow. Mike doesn't have to work ever for the rest of his life. It wasn't about money. I think, don't Mike have a kid in college? I think he got a son that plays wide. I don't know. I think so. A wide receiver somewhere. I think it's at Ohio State or something. Or no, Maryland. I think it's at Maryland.
Yeah, but give
Hold
me my
on.
pension, and I'm
Uh-huh.
done, man. 20 years.
His pension,
And
he's gonna get that anyhow, I think.
I left on my own. I ain't got fired. Yeah, I'm good.
He said Glorilla did. I mean, I think Glorilla could coach better than Mike Tomlin.
He be hating, man.
Flat being hyperbolic.
Yeah, he be hating.
He's not hating. He's just talking
I
mess.
mean, hey, no, I'm not.
But
I
it's
think
time. It was time for him to go though. Like Flat said,
Yeah.
it's time, bro.
We was talking about that at the gym the other day. Like he been in for a long time. I think
Yeah,
if
he
they
should
gonna
have.
probably
I mean, they never had a bad season to where they can get the quarterback they need. They kept
exactly.
patching it up. When they drafted that bum after Roethlisberger, that was the bad mistake. The Pickett kid. That Pickett kid was trash.
Yeah. And
Yep.
what's the black dude who died? Haskins. They had Haskins
Yeah,
too.
unfortunately,
Yeah, they
yeah.
had Haskins, and he died when he got over
Well, he
there. Yep.
didn't die. He got run over.
By
I
a
don't
car,
even
by a
know what.
truck. Yeah.
I don't even know what that was, bro.
He got hit by a car crossing the street. A truck hit him at
It
night.
was, yeah. Anyhow, and I don't.
Yeah.
And to this day, I have all
It
types
don't
of
make sense. Yeah, that don't make
questions and
sense.
suspicion. Did somebody do that on purpose
No,
or whatever?
it was an
Because he got
accident.
with this chick, man, and she was not the most, um, wonderful female. There was a lot of domestic violence. I think she took one of his teeth out, and
No,
then
the parents.
it goes to Atlanta, and all of a sudden he gets hit, and I'm like, whoa, I don't know, man. I said, who
He
gets
from
hit nowadays unless somebody's trying to hit you? You know what I mean?
yeah. He from
Yeah,
DC. He from DC. He was here for a little while. He from Maryland, and he had like immature problems at Ohio State when he won. And he just had like a couple of good seasons, but he wasn't. He was kind of overrated. Just one of them players who just got
I
like a little.
like no,
Yeah,
he Ohio State, bro. Haskins, bro. He beat Michigan. He made
yeah,
me some money. I remember that game.
yeah. That's what I'm
I think
saying. You beat.
Michigan was on. I think I think Harbaugh was there. It was undefeated or something like that. And bro, he went back. This was the Ohio State team. I don't even know how many games they won. They weren't going anywhere.
They had
Uh,
Ezekiel back there. They had him and Ezekiel Elliott and all
yeah.
them was together. Yeah,
Okay. Now
they
we're
had a
talking.
squad. Yeah, they had
Yeah,
a
it's
squad.
my Buckeyes there. But Haskins got out there. He threw like 5 touchdowns. They
Yeah,
weren't even supposed to come close to where they beat them, bro. He did it in the snow. And then he went into He played for Washington. And he got screwed over in Washington, and he got
No,
traded to Pittsburgh. No, they didn't know how to use him, man.
no, they don't never know how to use a quarterback. RG3 was another one. He was good, but he didn't know how to use it. He got RG3 got beat down like a. They love RG3 up here still to this day. I don't see. I mean, because he would play. He was nice. Rookie of the year, he was nice, but he got too much beaten. They beat him down quickly. I felt sorry for him watching them games. That's before I moved up here. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
RG3 was nice. He was supposed to back to back and then get the MVP
They
the
got his
next
knee.
year. But yeah,
He
he
blew
got
his knee
hurt.
out. Once he blew his knee out, just like Pat. Pat, we don't know what's gonna happen to Pat because he didn't blew his knee out.
Pat
I mean, yeah,
Mahomes.
he'll recover, but you don't know if he'll be the same quarterback, and you certainly
Now,
don't know if he'll be able to move like the way he moves.
yeah. Now I will get out. See, this is why I think the Bills going because the Bills always had a hard time getting past the Chiefs, but the Bills looking like they're gonna win every. I got my
Yeah,
money on the
man.
Bills. Yeah,
Josh Allen.
yeah. I got my money. Bills taking it
I don't
all.
think you can. That dude,
I don't think they're gonna make it.
he
Yeah, I
should
think
damn
they're
near
gonna
be.
make it.
He should
I
damn
don't
near
think
be a
they're gonna make
running
it,
back.
man.
He should damn near be a running back the way he's been
He can be
playing.
as good as he want to be. That defense I seen last night might tear him to shreds.
Because listen, these teams so shaky. These teams in the playoffs now so shaky. You don't know, but that's the only like durable, long-lasting team up in them ranks. Them Bills.
He
They're the
don't have no
toughest team.
defense though, and he ain't have no. He don't have no real guy that scares you on that wide receiver.
Yeah, that
So,
could. Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, I
That's
just don't
true.
see him standing up against a team that I seen last night that almost killed Pittsburgh. I
Yeah,
don't know.
but
I
So
don't know.
you
That
hold up.
defense
I
looked
didn't
good.
see the game, so it was impressive.
It wasn't impressive because C.J. Stroud tried to get a game away.
Okay. He kept throwing.
It
He
looked
kept
like
throwing
it
picks.
looked like he wanted to throw the game yesterday, Platt. If it
he's
wasn't for
shaky
the deep,
too.
He does
Platt,
that
if it
too.
wasn't
Yeah,
for the
no,
defense, man, Platt, it looked like a Ravens defense from the 2000s, man. That's what they defense looked like last night for Houston.
He's shaky too, though. He'll have a good season, bad season, two good
Hmm
seasons, one. And see, he's shaky too. He don't
I
got no
know he's shaky.
consistency.
He's
So
shaky, but
Josh
I
Allen
just don't
is
Josh
see.
Allen.
consistent.
Yeah,
They're not gonna let Josh run on them like he just did them other teams.
He don't
Tell him
need to.
he gonna need to
I
because he
hope
ain't got
so,
no
man.
receivers.
No, I hope they. I hope that's who they play next. The Bills.
No, they play. Houston plays. Who did your Chargers lose to the other day? Houston plays.
Was it Denver? It was one
No,
of them,
Denver
right?
plays the Buffalo Bills. But the Bills go to Denver.
Yeah, they're gonna win
Okay.
that one. They're gonna beat them. They're gonna win
Okay.
that.
I can't remember.
Okay.
Houston plays the Patriots. That's who they play.
The Patriots, yeah, Patriots gonna beat them, and then
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, no, the Patriots gonna beat them, and then the Bills gonna beat
Yeah, I don't know
Denver.
about beating the. I don't know
Yeah,
if they. This is the thing. CJ had a bad game and they still won. They still have a good quarterback if he can learn how to. If he can remember how to play
Yes.
football. If he's
Yeah.
on no money, they're gonna beat the Patriots.
Hey, Platt, you usually don't win a game when your quarterback have 3 turnovers, and they
Nope.
did.
And they blew
And
him out.
that's
I
the
think it was
scary
like
thing.
six.
They
They did.
blew him out. And they
Mhm.
blew him out with the defense, and he played bad. That's my thing. Usually you don't win games like that.
No.
yeah, that's a fluke, man. But I'm saying New England about to beat them, and then the Bills gonna beat Denver. Come back next week. We were talking about this again.
He
And
might.
they
I
beat.
mean, this might be the year. This might be Josh Allen's year.
See, the Patriots underrated. See, they got the pot. They got that Drake man. See, he nasty, and they got a nice little defense.
Well, the
They got
Patriots is
nice.
just like Houston. They got nice defense
That's what I'm
and a
saying. And they're
quarterback that can
young,
manage the game.
and they're young, and they're
Did
Yeah, but
did
this
young.
their
didn't
first
didn't
year.
New England,
Usually you
didn't
don't
they
run
win?
through it on your first year, man. You have a problem usually in the first year.
Didn't they
You
win the
never know.
division? Didn't the
They
Patriots
won a
win it?
division, yeah. They won a division. They beat
How
Josh
are
and them
they?
for the division.
How they underrated?
I don't know. They're not
Because
underrated to me.
nobody talking about them. It's like them teams you don't really take seriously
But they
because you
are.
expect them
They
to
won the
lose.
division.
But they good enough to. That's what I'm saying. They underrated. I understand that, but they still, in my eyes, they
Yeah, I got
NFL
you. Man.
fans, they good enough to beat a team like the Houston, but they're not good enough to go to the Super Bowl. What I'm saying. So they'll
Well,
win.
you
They'll beat them, and they'll lose to
okay?
the
Well,
next
we'll see,
team.
man.
Yeah, yeah. That's all.
You're right. I mean, I don't know who's going to Super Bowl. We'll see.
Yeah, I think the Bills taking it all. I put my money on
I
that.
think you better. Is ain't Seattle still in it?
I think they.
Seattle is the 1 seed in the NFC and they ain't played
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah,
And
that's the one. Well, that's the one. I think you want to talk about Super Bowl. Have you watched them play?
They defense is just like Houston's. Yep.
They
They
still
got a
got G.
and that quarterback, bro.
Who, who
He's accurate, bro.
who's the quarterback?
What's the guy
Sam
you
Darnold. Sam Darnold.
the way he plays now?
He's like
He's careful. He's accurate. He don't turn the ball over.
he's an above average. He's an above average backup quarterback.
This year he's exceptional. And if you say who's going to win the Super Bowl, you say I would go with Seattle
No,
because the way they play, they just and you said under the radar. You're right. They don't get a whole lot of press like that, right?
yeah,
But have you watched them play? They shut teams down, man.
yeah,
They
but
beat good teams.
yeah.
They sort of do like, well, not this good. They don't do like, it's like the way Indiana, people forgot that's Oregon, man. That's
But
Oregon. They shut them down. You know how
that's
hard it is to shut down fucking
that
Oregon?
that's not the same Oregon from 2009 and 10 back in them.
That's
That's a
still the
that's
same. It's
not
the
the
play.
same.
It's a Oregon playoff team.
No, that's not the same Oregon from back in the days. People forget about that part. Oregon been
They
trashed for
have to be the
15
same
years.
team. They have to be the Oregon of 15 years
Man,
ago.
they not been
No.
no trash for no 15 years. They got players going to the league every year.
But I'm saying it was a powerhouse from 2008 to 2011. That's when it was at
Come
the
on,
type.
man. You
This
act
guy
like they
right
won a
here.
national championship during that time.
That's when
They
they
the
was the
same Oregon
hardest.
team they been.
That's
They
the
been
same.
getting that Nike money since
That's
then.
the Dan Lanning's Oregon team. That is a team that will blow you off the
Off
stadium.
the yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
look at what happened to them. And this, remember, Indiana does not have a winning history. And there
Nope.
ain't no, don't give me this. Well, who's their running back? Who's their linebacker? These are the same
Facts,
guys.
but
The guy came in and he's a damn good coach. He looked at film. He said, I know how to cut this. I see what they run. We're going to shut this off.
yeah,
Look at the way he's setting these quarterbacks up. Pick. Because
that's
he
like
knows where he's going to throw a football. Pick.
that's like
Indiana
that's like
Indiana football was like Kansas football, man. Come on,
yeah.
man.
That's like
Uh-huh.
that's like saying this Miami team is the same one from 2001. It's not the same. It ain't no way close to being like the top tier like it was in them
That's
days.
what
But
you're saying that, bro. I don't know what you mean. I don't know why they have to be like 2001.
I'm saying like
Oregon,
Oregon is
this year,
nothing.
or this Oregon team, this
Yeah,
year, the
yeah,
one this year.
but they're
None of the
not
Oregon
dominant.
teams was
Like,
ever at the level that the Miami team you're talking about, man.
but I'm saying
It's
no. Y'all comparing y'all saying Oregon versus Indiana. That's not the same. Oregon is back. It's they're not
That's
like
what
that.
you're saying, brother. You
Yeah,
keep saying we're saying,
yeah,
but nobody,
you're the only one saying
nobody's
that.
talking
We're
about
not
no
saying.
Oregon from 15 years ago. You're saying that.
but you making it seem like this is somebody hard to beat.
Well, I
That's
think they were hard to
Indiana.
beat.
I
I think
think they had more talent than Indiana. I guarantee you, on
No,
draft day, you're gonna see them boys' names get called.
no, you're gonna see the that quarterback for Indiana go, the receiver go, and his brother being the next quarter. I think his brother played for the team too, but he's not gonna be as good. That Mendoza, I never even heard of him till he won Heisman. So I thought that Pavia dude was gonna win it, but he had some problems with him from Purdue, or the other black dude. What happened to that quarterback from South Carolina, USC? He was nice starting off, but he kind of fell off too. That's who I thought was gonna win the Heisman too. Had a good chance, but I didn't hear about that quarterback from Indiana till he won Heisman. I never heard him, seen him watch the game or
well,
nothing.
yeah, you already say he's going to be a late round pick, and Pravia is a
Yeah,
better quarterback than him. But
yeah,
you can't go by the high Heisman is a popularity
yeah,
thing,
yeah, yeah.
and
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's
they
what I'm
pick the thing
saying.
they
Yeah,
want. So, but um, I mean, it's a Heisman. Okay, he won the Heisman.
yeah.
But you know what? If Kurt doesn't go with him, if this Cincinnati guy does not go with him,
Hmm.
he's going to fizzle out. He'll not be the same quarterback if he goes to play for when he goes to play for an NFL team because he's not really that good. It's really that coach. He he
Yeah.
he shows him how to play football. He coaches him. He says, "Okay, what you want to look for against this defense is this." Because he can see things. He can break down game film. He's very good.
And they do got faster receivers. I noticed in most of them teams. That's why he be getting them good looks with them passes. Because they got
Nah,
some fast.
them receivers. No, you don't. Them receivers ain't. They're receivers, but they're nothing special about. Look,
Because when he throw,
There's nobody on the Indiana football team that is exceptional.
I know, I understand that, but listen, when I see him throw a pass, the receiver have like a whole like a arm length distance from like the player who guarding him.
Yeah,
Like it's like an automatic touchdown when he be throwing them passes.
they practice.
Yeah, it'd be like a nice little like separation. It don't be no hard catches or nothing. Like, damn, they got some fast. Well, I
They're
don't know what
well
they be.
coached, man. Look, Mike
Yeah,
Tomlin. Mike Tomlin has stepped down. We know that he's either stepped down or get fired. They'll negotiate. Obviously, he's not going to step down. And they say, "Well, you owe me 30 million. Okay, well, we'll fire you and give you 30, or step down and you get nothing." They're going to give him. I don't know what they're going to negotiate. That's between the lawyers.
yeah, they got to
He's no
pay.
longer the head coach of Pittsburgh. Before this guy could get in his truck, they had the Notre Dame head coach on the phone
How about the
offering
Notre
him,
Dame?
offering him the head coaching job. That tells you what they thought about Mike Tomlin
Just like
and
they
all
did
this
with
stuff.
Ravens
Hold on, all
coach.
this stuff you talking about. He the greatest head coach, and it's a sad day in Pittsburgh. And nah, they're celebrating, bro. They're happy to get
Yeah,
rid
they
of him.
were. I didn't say that. I said when I look at the comments on ESPN and all the little Bleacher Report, like 95% of the comments saying hell of a run, best coach Pittsburgh's ever had. You did a good job. Everybody giving them props. It ain't nothing negative. That's all I was
He
saying.
ain't the best coach they've ever had,
Yeah,
man.
that's what people in the comments saying. So nothing negative.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Usually they be clowning them
Well, we
coaches.
don't look at the same forms. I can take it to a form right now
Yeah, go ahead, take it to me right
that,
now.
that
Read the
they've
first five
been that
comments.
they've been going in on Mike
Yeah.
Tomlin.
Yeah, post something up, read the first five comments, and watch what they're saying. Same thing came out of my mouth.
I've already seen it,
Okay. All right. Well, no big deal.
and they was going in on Mike before yesterday. They don't
I think,
like him. They think he should have got fired years ago. I agree with them.
yeah. But they got hard. They got your boy to Baltimore too. I knew that was coming because
Huh?
he ain't did nothing with Lamar since he been there.
Well, I hope Lamar gets what he's looking for. I hope they find
Yeah.
a head coach who knows how to utilize him.
He ain't like an Andy Reid type of coach. He need a coach like that. Who ain't gonna let him run his own plays and he got to stick by the book, because he be running his own plays and they let him do whatever he want to do.
Well, Andy Reid's not leaving Kansas City. I'm
I
trying to
know. I'm
think.
just saying, an Andy Reid type. That's what
I
I'm
don't even
saying.
know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who they'll find for him. I don't know.
Cause I done see plenty of times they tell Lamar a play, say no, and Harbaugh, you sure you want to do the other one, Lamar? Like, yeah, I'm gonna do this one. So he run his own plays in Baltimore. I said, "Damn, y'all let him." So he ain't really, no, he don't really let Lamar do whatever he want to do. That be costing them a lot of games when they need them wins. So I
You
don't know.
think he let Lamar do what he wanted?
Yeah, he did. I didn't see it.
Okay. Okay.
All them fumbles and all them plays at the end, on the end zone and they mess up. That's Lamar's fault.
Well, it is. If you fumble, it is his fault. But
Yeah,
I don't. I don't think. I mean, I don't think he knew Lamar won a lot of games because of him.
Mm.
I actually think. I don't think he's bad though.
No, he's
I don't
not
think
bad. I'm
Harbaugh.
just saying, just in crunch time when you on a 1 yard line and you got to go by what the offensive coordinator. It ain't about just the offensive coordinator. Everything, everybody got to be involved. It ain't just about you and the coach doing what y'all want to do. It's them boys at the top looking up at the plays. They giving you the coach the plays, and you tell a coach, "No, I'm gonna do it this way." You get a fumble or somebody drops something, and you can't get on the 1 yard line in the end zone. That's your problem. So I don't know. But yeah,
Well,
I got the Bills winning
what you
everything
think
this year.
about Dion?
Dion, what?
He wanted to interview with Cleveland.
No, they not gonna let. I think
No,
if
yeah,
it,
Colorado said no. He had to
yeah,
ask permission to interview with another football team, and he saw that the Browns fired the coach, and he
yeah.
went in. He asked permission, and Brown said no. I mean, Colorado said no.
Only place they'll let Dion coach is probably in the South or on the West Coast, like a Atlanta Falcons or like a West
Well,
Coast team or
no, they're
something.
not going to let him coach probably for the next 2 years,
Yeah.
and even then, they're going to make whatever team that wants him. They're going to have to pay a ridiculous amount of money to get him.
He getting 50 at Colorado, and yeah,
Well,
I
he
mean, I
ain't
don't
getting no
know.
50. Dion's not getting no $50 million, man.
I
He's
thought his
getting. I don't know
contract
how
was
much.
50.
He signed I don't know, a 5 year or something, 4 year
Yeah,
deal
for 50. Yeah,
for 43, right?
I thought it was 50. It was 55 years for 50. That's what it was.
I don't know if he getting that, but he
Something
might
like
be.
that.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
that's what I thought. That's like an NFL package. But yeah, they got they all the coaches damn near have 50% of the league need coaches now. Damn. They got rid of everybody. Pete Carroll, he out the door. Miami, he gone. Harbaugh, damn, who else gone? Tomlin gone. Everybody out the door.
Yeah, you're right. He got a 5 year, 54 million,
Yeah, I know the figure.
10,
I
10
remember that.
million
Garrett,
to
yeah,
12 million to 2029. And they said a buyout, a real hard buyout. So he's stuck there.
yeah, he gonna be there for a minute.
Hey, what he should have done is not signed a new contract. And then he could go and interview for the Browns if he want to coach his son. And if they hired him, that little 10, 12 million, he would have got that back easily.
Yeah, but Dion already know what time it is. They ain't gonna put him. Dion want to go to the Cowboys or the Falcons, the team he used to play for, and just rub it in their face. You know what type of dude. They ain't letting him do what he. So, like I said, they put Dion on one of them teams, keep him away from his son, a team that nobody really care about. But he ain't going no place, magnificent. He might get a job in Atlanta if he want to go to Atlanta or something like that.
Well, first of all, he's not going to get out of his contract. So that means
Yeah,
no, means, that means no team.
yeah, no team for 3 years. So 3 years. Definitely ain't going to Dallas. But they talked to him in Dallas, but he wanted to deal with him and his two sons to come probably. He want to do the package. Dion, I'll come. We got to bring me my sons and give us what we want. And they ain't hearing that.
Sharona wind up going to probably maybe next year.
Who?
Uh, the guy from Michigan, he might wind up going and working for Jim. He might as a running backs coach.
Yeah.
He might. It depends on San Diego. If they don't say anything, they probably wouldn't. So it ain't necessarily over with for him, even though he's gonna have to deal with everything that he did. Once they get all that settled, I doubt in college football, but grown men, they'll probably let him around a bunch of grown men. As
Yeah.
far as Dion's locked in, man.
Yeah, Dion locked in.
Yeah, he's locked in to for what 2029.
How about that coach from Notre Dame?
Well, we got to wait and see because see, money talks.
But has he done anything good for won anything? Like
No,
what
he,
he?
he hadn't. He hadn't. He lost the championship last year,
Yeah.
but
So
you got to remember he did it with Notre Dame.
it don't matter. Though. Like you said, you got they won champion. Same thing. Beast. That's big
Is
money.
this, is this guy for Indiana? Is he a good coach?
I mean, so far they got that far. I don't know his name.
Okay, but you have to look at. He doesn't really have any talent.
Who?
Signetti.
Yeah, but they. I mean, they just won. What did it? The BCS Bowl or something? Which one did they win?
He's in a championship game. He won the 2 games they had to play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, see, the college is different from the NFL. You just got to get to the game. That's that all that Sugar Bowl and all them bowl games. Once you get there, you got your money. Even if you lose, it ain't like the NFL.
Would you hire him in the NFL if he
Not right.
wins?
Not
If
if he
he wins the
won.
championship and he went 14-0,
Yeah.
and would you as an NFL team would you reach out and say, I want you to be my head coach?
Now he got to do it more than one time. Like you got to be like a Nick
Oh, he's got
Saban
to go
something.
do 28 and
Yeah,
0.
he got to do like like 2 years back to back or something. He got to like like a LSU or Oklahoma or Alabama. He can't just win one time. That's how college because them college coach they got like they go back to back to back to back. They got like a little legacy where they so good at recruiting and winning.
Well, well,
The whole damn starting ten to go to the
okay, but
NFL.
why do people want Marcus Freeman? Like you said, he's never won anything.
Yeah, I'm saying that's why I said I don't know what the deal is with this guy. He ain't never won nothing, so
I'm
he still where
done.
he at. Yeah,
Brother, I am done. I cannot believe you saying that.
he
You
got to
don't
stay
know
where he
why.
at.
You don't know
What?
why a team would
Tell
want
me why.
Marcus Freeman
Tell
to
me
come
why.
there because he ain't won nothing.
Okay, what
Would
is
you
he
like to
won?
coach University of Notre Dame? They don't really have talent there.
But see the reputation. They got that big deal with CBS or whatever whatever news, whatever channel they be on local. So the reputation. you got to live up to the reputation, or you got to go. They say has some of the best NFL players. So if you go to Notre Dame, they're going to expect you to win. If he can get
Okay,
fired too.
okay. Notre Dame,
Hmm.
because of the school, right?
Yeah,
And they
that's what.
do have athletic scholarships, right? And they
But
have
that's
complained for years about this. It's just like they refuse to go to the they turned down the bowl game because they profess to have such these high standards.
yeah.
The players they can't they're gonna have decent players, but they're not gonna have players on the level of a Miami, on the level of a Georgia.
Yes, they will.
No, they're not.
Yes,
No, they're
they
not.
Notre
Now,
Dame.
so they need a coach. They need a very good coach who can put that team put a team together and get them going so they can go to a big bowl game. Now we got the college foot playoffs, make the playoffs. So by their standard, even though they was in the championship game last year, by their
Hmm.
standard, they failed because they didn't make the college playoffs. But they could have got a big bowl game. They turned it down. So the reason Marcus is in demand because people believe pound for pound, he's a better football coach than other coaches.
And
Any coach can win with talent. If you gave me the dream team, right? You said, Platt, go coach the 94, what is it, 95? Yeah, 94 team,
92, 92.
92. Go coach the 92 dream team. I'm going to win.
Yeah, but
It's going to be pretty hard for me to lose. I
yeah,
just
that's
sit
yeah.
on the bench.
How long Marcus Freeman been there? What, 3, 4 years?
I think he did at 3.
Okay, 3 years, and you ain't did nothing. You know them contracts would be 4, 5 years. Five. This is last year, maybe next year. So if you don't win nothing in 2 years, you're gonna be looked at as a failure. Notre Dame, bust. They're gonna bring somebody else in because they want that '90s glory.
Oh, they're going
When,
to
when
fire him?
yeah, if you don't win that in the next couple of years or next year, because that's no, like
That
I
makes
said, high.
sense. They're gonna
Yeah,
fire him. What about this Kurt Signetti guy? They're gonna
saying
fire
that
him.
if the thing, see, Indiana ain't the only people take serious is Indiana basketball.
They just
So
redid his deal too.
yeah, so if
So hold
he
on, hold up. They take his deal. He's go undefeated. I think he just signed. I think he went there this year. So he already had a contract with Indiana. He did so good they tore that up, and they just gave him like a 6 year. Uh, I can go look it up, the exact numbers, but he got a new deal. And I was like, I didn't even know he had. I was like, I looked up, I don't keep up with Indiana football. This is his first year there. And he got a new deal this year. And you said they're gonna fire him. You okay? They can fire him. They gotta pay him. They're gonna fire him. They're gonna fire him in this deal. He said, why would they fire a coach? Yeah, you'd have to ask him, man. He says that he said Notre Dame gonna fire Marcus Freeman. Yeah, that's wild there. Yeah, that's right. That's why he's on everybody's short list to be a head coach because he's going to get fired, and he's doing such a piss poor job. Yeah, that makes sense, huh? Mike Tomlin's out. Conversations about Marcus Freeman coming in. That is what we're doing, and that's where we're headed. And Pittsburgh needs it, man. They need a breath of fresh air, man. It's long overdue. Now, I don't know if they can't get Marcus. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know who's next in line. I don't. I don't know. I don't know. Somebody said Rex Ryan. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. The guy from the offensive coordinator, he was the head coach in Atlanta. I'm sure he's interviewing. So I don't think he'll breathe air into that organization. Um, who do you get? He said, "Why do I not like Mike so much? I don't have a Mike can be Mike's Mike. You know, I mean, I don't know what you mean by why I don't like him. He's man, Mike's well paid. I think he should have stepped. I think 5 maybe 6 years ago he should have went his. Which you know what? If Mike would have went ahead and got fired 5 years ago, he would now be. He could have took over Houston. If he would have left 5 years ago, the team that beat them at home, he could have got him a young quarterback and a whole new team. He could have, but he didn't want to leave. He wanted to stay there at Pittsburgh. He's talking about Sean Payton. They fired Sean Payton, and Sean Payton was out for a year. He came back, got Denver. They're in the playoffs now. They're the top seed. You got to get you a young quarterback, man. You got to get you a young, solid quarterback. That's the only way you're going to win. You got to go out there and get you a solid quarterback. He said 2004 Pistons were a good team with chemistry, not the most talented. He's going to be Arch Manning. Yeah, Arch. If Arch comes out next year, he's going to be Arch Manning. Is Arch Manning. He's better. He's a lot better than when he first started out. And when he comes back next year, Texas is going to be something, bro. Texas is going to be something when he comes back next year. They're going to be a team to beat. They're going to be hard to beat. Marcus Freeman is perfect and long overdue. And they're going over Mike's history and they're talking about what he used to do and all of that. That don't matter, man. That's over. Where he used to coach, what he used to do. Mike Tomlin's out. He stepped down. Right now, the rumors are that Pittsburgh's are going after Marcus Freeman. We have Marcus saying he doesn't want to go to the NFL, but see, they'll say that, and then next thing you know, they'll be cutting the deal. They're going to work behind the scenes. That's also a leverage to make them pay you even more money, publicly saying you don't want to go. This is one of the best things to happen to that team. And I'm sort of a Steelers fan. One of the best things to happen to that team is to replace Mike Tomlin with Marcus Freeman. That shit would be absolutely wonderful. It's all that organization needs to get itself adjusted. And then you'd be talking about Super Bowls. You'd be talking about a couple of Super Bowls and a quality team. But who knows? We'll see how it plays out. They got plenty of time. There's a lot of guys out there looking for a job. Maybe they need a couple of lean years, where they do wind up getting the first overall pick. They need a quarterback. They've been needing a quarterback. And they gave they gave Mike everything, he wanted. And, well, for the most part. He said Marcus is not going to the Steelers. Well, you have to wait and see, bro. Guy kept let 24 hours pass. I've seen plenty of guys say that they're not leaving college. The next thing you know, they're out of college. Plenty. Plenty of these guys. Like the stream, man. We don't really talk football over here, but we had to have this conversation because this man's he's out of there after 19 years, and it's long overdue, man. He's disappointed the fans for almost a decade of disappointments. And to be honest, I made a little bit of money off Mike. I used to go against him. I should have did it against the playoffs. I actually thought they were going to beat Houston, though. Now, of course, I was wrong about that, huh? I was real wrong about that. Like the stream, man. Support the platform. Hit the Cash App. Hit the Super Chat. We're talking about Mike Tomlin. He's no longer the head coach. He's no longer the head coach. He's been replaced. He's being replaced. One of the names on the short list is Marcus Freeman out of Notre Dame. I don't think you look any further. I think that's wonderful. I think that's wonderful. That's what you want. This is a guy that you want. This is a guy you want to focus on. It's long overdue. And it's for me, it's I'm sort of a Steelers fan. You talk about the Chuck Knowles, the Bradshaws, and stuff like that. When you talk about that, and the Bill Cowers, when you talk about that, and the ability to go and get talent and win and stuff, Mike did a terrible job at that. None of those guys left with the team in shambles. He's the only coach that left the team in shambles. He's one of the only coaches I'm thinking that had these patches. He went out and I think Bill did it for a while. Bill did it with Tommy Maddox. He did it for a while. He had some. Bill had his share of bad quarterback. Neil O'Donnell. Bill had some bad. Bill was aggravation. Yeah, and if you ask me, I think they should have got rid of Bill. Now that I think about it, they should have got rid of Bill Cowher. He was fucking up. Neil O'Donnell, Bubby Brister. Yeah, it's been some terrible quarterbacks going through there. But you look around and you look at all these teams, right? And all of them really need quarterbacks. Miami needs a quarterback. They need a quarterback and they need a coach. It's a lot of money out there. The guy from Atlanta, he just got fired. Morris, they gave Raheem Morris another shot. He got fired. He coached Tampa for a while. He got fired. Now he's coached Atlanta. And they didn't fire him again. So that's what I mean. He's a bad coach. He's black. And this a guy like Raheem Morris is what the NFL needs, because when they hire bad coaches and then they fire them, that's the whole point. They need to stop just hanging on to these bad coaches. When you look at a Sean Payton out of New Orleans, I don't know what he did. He's out for a couple of years. He comes back. He gets in Denver. He gets Bo Nix. And look at him now, top of the seed, top seed. And see, that's a young quarterback. You teach them just what they learn. You don't have to keep worrying about that. And it's a sad day, man. I don't know. It's the sad day for the Negro. I guess the white man. Hold up. It's gonna be Negroes out there who the white man. Whew, bro, I tell you, bro, they want the white man to give me something, white man, and they want Mike Tomlin to have that job. Well, he black, man. Isn't that something how the Negro is? Well, bro. And I have to agree with that divester. As a divester say, y'all talk about us, they love white men. She said, but you niggas, y'all damn near worse. There was some dude, it was a married black man who professed to be a straight man. He was on there harassing a white man. Yeah, I said, wow. I think he lost his job and everything. The guy filed charges on him. What's the guy they caught the guy who ran for governor, Anthony something, Andre? There was a guy who ran for a political position in Florida. And he was all in the news, and that they caught that dude in a hotel room with a hooker, with a male hooker and drugs. And he was married. He was a black dude. Mike Tomlin is out in Pittsburgh after 19 years, one Super Bowl, two Super Bowl appearances. Both parties have decided to go the separate ways. The difference is before Mike could get out of the office, he heard Marcus Freeman on the phone, Pittsburgh offering him a job. Mike's decided, from what I understand, he's decided to take some time off, which normally means there's no interest in you. That's normally what that means. Just like Warren Sapp. Warren Sapp's down there coaching in Colorado. I haven't heard of Warren Sapp on anybody's short list. I think he's coaching defense or something in Colorado for Dion. He's not on anybody's short list. He's left the team in shambles. Will they be able to recover? They need a Marcus Freeman to recover. They need a guy like that. They need a down to earth, nuts and bolts type football player. They need that. They need that to recover. Let him come in. Let him look for some talent. Let him put a team together, a good team, not a bunch of washed up veterans. Let him put a quality team. And this is so poetic justice. Mike, they told you Aaron Rodgers was finished, but you didn't listen. And sure enough, in the playoffs, what happened? You couldn't, like I said, despite 3 turnovers, you guys couldn't score. You guys couldn't get no momentum, and you lost at home. Again. And you talk about the standard is the standard. Well, there you go. You're out. You're out. Mike Tomlin is out. Pittsburgh has begun negotiations and conversations with Marcus Freeman. There is a report that he's not leaving Notre Dame. There is a report he's not leaving Notre Dame. But they do that to negotiate more money. That means you got to spend more. I don't think Pittsburgh could spend enough, because that would bring that football team back into mainstream society. I think that people would start caring and start rooting for them. And it's a perfect fit. It's a perfect fit. And it's just like that, man. Just like Sean Payton, sometime You know, just like Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, sometimes Brett Favre, sometimes you get old. Father time. And you got to have people out there. I don't know who they're going to hire. If they don't hire Marcus, I don't know who. People go home. He's married. They sleep on it. They think of the opportunity. Coaching at Notre Dame ain't that great. I mean, it's a good job, but damn, it's an opportunity to go to somewhere else. I mean, I don't know what his contract is at Notre Dame. I don't know. Let me see if it's public. It says extension right here, contract extension. Okay, December 24th. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay. $9 million. That's nothing. Dion makes more than him. Yeah, but he signed his contract last year, so yeah, these guys need to slow down with these contracts, man. Why don't you guys play? You sign a 5-year deal. Why don't you play 3, 4 years? Stop jumping on this money, getting these increases, and these schools lock you in, and all these NFL jobs come open, and you cut yourself out of the money. $9 million. That's nothing in NFL. $9 million a year. That's a losing head coach. But hey, he signed the deal, man. So he's got to stay there. Like the stream, man. We got the join link posted, man. We'll take your thoughts. This isn't really a sports channel, but it's an opportunity for me to understand. Maybe it's me. Is it me? Is it me? Not a big fan of Mike Tomlin. Maybe it's me. Maybe I just don't know. I don't understand. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe it's me. And I get it. He's black. I'm black. I get that. I don't believe in racism, brother. I get that. How about you win a game, though? Wouldn't that be nice to win a playoff game? Somebody said the Penn State head coach. He's already trying to. He was already in negotiations with like somebody. I think Florida State or something. That's what I heard. He's gonna get his money. Yeah, They owe him about $50 million. He's gonna get that, and then he's gonna go back to coaching. What's up with you, bro? What's up with you? He said going to Pittsburgh isn't like moving to the promised land. You think that's why he don't want to go, because he don't want to live there? They got some affluent areas in Pittsburgh, man. Like the stream, man. Let me see. Since we talking a little sports, let me come over here. Aaron Rodgers walks out of press conference after defending Mike from criticism. I didn't see that. They're talking about Chuck No, yeah. So I guess Aaron Rodgers got up when a reporter asked him about Mike. I don't know what he would know about Mike. He's only worked with him for 1 year. And who cares what Mike Tomlin thinks? Just got an email. Cash App said they're going to spam me now. I just got an email. They just said they're going to send. They're going to spam me. So wherever I shop, they're going to send it. They're going to send my information to the retailers. Yeah, I guess legally they have to notify you of that. Come over here. We got Tomlin stepping down. Some guy just got arrested, wide receiver, for trespassing near a casino. Charges fired to offensive coordinator. Yeah. Yeah. Who was that? I think it was Emmitt Smith. Wasn't that Emmitt Smith who retired? Let's show you how narcissistic these guys are. Emmitt Smith chose the Super Bowl like a Super Bowl weekend to retire, thus getting all the attention on him. Like the stream, brother. Mike Tomlin is out. And many people believe it, it's a great day, man. You're a fan, man. You watch those games, man. If you moving money, man, and this guy is messing up, bro, it's hard to really keep up with him. But that whole division, other than Cincinnati, all of them gonna hire new. They're gonna have new head coaches. And that's why you don't redo your deal. When you're in college, you play out your deal. Yeah, you might miss a couple of million, but you'll make it back on the back end. Marcus will make way more money in the NFL than he would ever make at Notre Dame. And Notre Dame's not in the conference. Notre Dame, they pick their schedule. That in itself would be a problem if you're a coach. James Franklin. James Franklin, he'll be at Florida State or something like that. He's gonna wind up somewhere. I don't even know if he wants to coach anymore though. He doesn't come across to me as someone who's even interested in coaching. Marcus Freeman needs to be brought to the NFL. They need a whole bunch of head coaches, man. It's about 15, 16 of them guys need to be shuffled out. Oh, yes, and also the WNBA. Did you see? The WNBA is threatening to strike. They're threatening to go on strike despite the WNBA doubling their salary, tripling their salary. They're threatening to go on strike. despite the fact they've never made a profit. But you got to blame you got to blame the men or the NBA because they created that. That entitlement like that, they created that. And that's what it normally does. That's entitlement. When they didn't earn it. So anytime people just get things, they feel obligated and entitled to continually get those things. They never created that league. The men did that. The men used their money they made to hold that league afloat. And instead of appreciating it and accepting this deal, they said they're gonna go on strike. And I hope they do, man. Man, I hope they go on strike. That's perfect. That's perfect for the WNBA. If they go on strike, it would be absolutely perfect. It couldn't happen. We got Raheem Morris, Atlanta fired. Kevin Stefanski, Browns fired. Jonathan Gannon, Cardinals. Oh God. Pete Carroll. Oh, they fired Pete Carroll? He was only a year, 2 years. Wow, they fired Pete Carroll. Wow. Wow. I didn't know that. John Harbaugh fired Ravens. The guy from the Giants. Wow, I didn't know that. He said they've been fired. I didn't know they fired Pete Carroll, man. Oh, he was bad too, though, man. And so was Gino. God. Gino played like trash, bro. The Raiders were terrible. That's another organization that historically they have a legacy, man. And yeah, that's terrible what's happened to the Raiders, man. And they did it when they get this big, brand new arena and they can't win a game. They can't win a game. Terrible head coaches. No, they need a quarterback, man. You guys brought up Pravia. Pravia, he's going to win wherever he goes. I take Pravia over this, Medusa, whatever this guy is, Mendoza. I take Diego Pravia over him. He's better. The Heisman, they can get a Heisman who they want. Diego Pravia is a good quarterback. It's a lot of change, man. It's going to be a whole lot of money making going on in the NBA. And ultimately, it comes down to you. If you go to the casinos, if you go to the games, if you hang out, you want your team to win. Said he should hire Stephen A. Smith, who the Raiders. Oh, they'll find a coach, man. There's coaches out there. What you're supposed to do is find the Signettis before they get locked in a contract. You find them early, you bring them in, and then they win. It looks like it's going to be the Bills' year this year, though. It really does. The way Josh is playing, they got rid of Stephon. It looks like it's their year. Finally, it waited long enough. And as far as making money, shit, I did fine. I did wonderful. I gave a little bit of it back. I won quite a considerable amount, gave a little bit of it back. But I'm done. And I'll do it again next year. I'll do it 6 months, 7 months from now, October, when it starts all over again. You have to wait till the day of. You can't really do it 3 days, 4 days before like that. So I had to stop the picking because it messes me up. It messes my rhythm up. It throws my rhythm off. What's up with you do business?
What's good with you, man?
What's up with
Just checking out the show, man. Just wanted to chime in right quick with the on the Mike Tomlin thing. I mean, the thing with the Mike Tomlin situation is, yeah, I mean, they got rid of him, and I think is it John Harbaugh for the Ravens.
you? Yeah, John. Yeah.
I mean, who are you going to replace Mike Tomlin with? Um,
They're going after Marcus Freeman out of Notre Dame.
I mean, that's cool and all that. I mean, shout out to him, but I mean, it's just Mike Tom. I kind of look at him like Bill Belichick when he was with the Patriots. Like, I mean,
Why?
Bill Belichick.
But why you
Well, I
look at
mean,
him? But no.
because he it's sort of like Greg Popovich, how he took the Spurs to the playoffs 20 straight years. So Mike Tomlin did the same thing. It's like if you're gonna replace a coach like that, then you should have already had a coach in place that was already ready for hire that's similar. So I mean, he is a winning coach. He just you know been getting knocked out the playoffs.
Why is he gonna take some time off?
You said what?
Why is he gonna take time off? If he's a winning coach and he's a good head coach, why is he not being hired by the other teams?
Well, I mean, I mean, I can't really answer that. I'm just speaking on him as like he actually won a Super Bowl with Big Ben. I mean, the Super Bowl John Harbaugh won with Flacco. That's kind of you know, you can say what you want to say about that one, but I don't know. I mean, Mike Tomlin did a lot of good work with the Steelers. So for them to get rid of him now is like you probably should have did that 5 years ago or something. Doesn't make any sense because if they would have won the game, then they would have probably still kept him. So I mean, they did play pretty bad last night, though. They did. So
Well, he's failed though, but he actually did. That's the right thing to do. He should have done this 6, 7 years ago.
yeah, I
But yeah,
agree.
you turn your resume in. You tell them that you failed them. That's the stand up thing that he has. And if you really look at Mike, if Mike would have just accepted that coaches get fired, he could have been right now. He could have been coaching Houston. He could have had C.J.
Hmm.
Stroud. He could have been. And look, they're brand new stadium, all the money coming in. But he didn't want to do that. He wanted to sit around and try to patch it together. And this is what you get.
I mean, if he still got the job, I mean, I get it, but I mean, I would say that he would should go to Cleveland if Mike Tomlin would fit in really good in Cleveland because I mean it's still in
Okay,
the same
that's it.
division.
No, that
So
that would be surprising. No, you're right. If he goes to Cleveland, that would be shocking.
yeah, yeah, that's a good fit for him. It's just I hate for certain coaches to lose their jobs, man. I mean, whether it's NBA or NFL, it's like damn, you don't do the man like that after a loss. It's like,
Well,
but
he
that's
quit.
the business though.
The owner said Mike quit. He stepped down. The guy said he didn't fire Mike.
I saw that. Damn, that's right. You're right about that. I saw that on ESPN. Um,
People are trying to make it good, but Mike quit.
yeah, he stepped. That's right. He
No,
did
he
do that.
quit. Mike quit on the Steelers. He quit. He was under contract. They didn't fire him. He quit. So no matter what you say, Mike, I step now, you quit. You quit. That's called quitting.
Yeah.
You quit.
Damn. Okay, that's right. That's right. I did see that. 'Cause, YouTube always be sending me clips and everything. But I mean, whatever the situation is, I mean, whether he quit or they fired him is like if he stepped down, that means that he has no faith in the organization anymore. So I mean that goes into the
Oh, you
GM, and
you think that's what he was doing?
obviously if he quit, then that means that he don't believe in them anymore. So he probably may retire from coaching or just go get another job or something. Because Miami, they need a coach. So
What's a good coach in college football that you think could make it in the NFL?
current coach, I don't know. Um, Damn, that you got me with that one. I don't know. Maybe the coach. Well, they got blowed out by Indiana. With, I was gonna say the Oregon coach, but yeah, they got their blowed out. So I mean, I don't know with the college thing. I don't really. I'm not really familiar with all of the college coaches, but NFL, I'm definitely familiar with the NBA, NFL coaches because I mean they're just more popular. So but it's just he got plenty of money. He'll be all right. But they got smashed last night though, Platinum. That's bad, bro. They weren't protecting Aaron Rodgers. They just got whooped. Houston just that was bad, man. I ain't even finished the whole game. Once the fourth quarter had got there, I think like 4 minutes, I said, man, I can't watch this no more, man.
What you say?
Nah, I was just reading the chat. Nah, I was just saying I couldn't even finish watching the game when they was playing Houston last night. I
Yeah,
just cut it off, man.
I haven't even seen the highlights. I just saw. I think I looked over there. It was like 6 points, and they was picked Aaron Rodgers off again. I was like, yeah,
They weren't protecting him, man. I said, man, what kind of offensive line is this, man? You know the man can't move like he used to. They would just beat it. Oh man, their front
yeah.
four in Houston, they just oh my god,
They
they
just
destroyed them though.
mhm. Yeah. Well, it's long overdue, man. This is what happens, man. And like I said, if you let the process go, you're going to get fired. When you look at Mike Vrabel with Tennessee, he coached, he got paid, and he got fired. Well, look at him now. He's got the top seed. He's got a young quarterback.
Mm.
And that's going to be money. Like as long as they're winning, right? They're going to keep him around. He'll be getting 15, 20 million a year because him and his quarterback, Derek May. Look at Tennessee. He didn't have no quarterback in Tennessee. So he got fired, but he didn't sit there and whine about it. And that's what Mike did. Mike sat there and he whined. He whined because they was about to fire him. And I saw that. I said, man. And look at him now, 5, 6 years later.
Yeah,
He's stepping down. He quit because he failed.
that's crazy, man.
No, that's respectable. He's finally done something. That's accountability. What you see right there, he quit. Now you don't want him to quit, but by him stepping down, he's holding himself accountable that he failed that organization. And he has a standard. He felt like he didn't meet the standard. Now we're talking. That's what you want to represent. He's an example. Now on that, I respect him for this. Well, I don't respect a quitter, but we'll go with what he says. He's stepping down. How about that? But really, he's quitting.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see if I can find that clip on YouTube. Because I mean, did he have a press conference or they just put the story out or something? I'm gonna have to look more into that because that's you don't never just quit like that after a loss. That's crazy.
It's saying your device is not connected.
Or somebody else trying to get on.
Yeah, he's trying to get up, but it's saying his device. So go down and come back, brother. Hold up. He maybe you have all types of problems hooking up to this thing. Mike quit.
Yeah.
Marcus Freeman would be perfect for Pittsburgh. I didn't know he just signed a deal in the last year. And see, that's what happens when these guys sign these deals. They can't just jump into the NFL. Now, if Marcus would have just shut his mouth and not do a new deal, he could be in NFL right now.
Mm.
more money in the NFL. And you're looking at
Yeah.
Mike. Mike
Yeah.
was there for 19 years. You're looking at he got 5 kids. He's married. You're looking at you got a steady job for the next 15 years, making on the low end 15 million a year. That's on the low. Probably
Yeah.
much more than that. But he decided to sign a deal. He shouldn't have done that. A lot of these guys don't believe in themselves, man. They don't have no confidence. And you see
Yeah.
that. Why are they signing these deals? They don't need to sign these deals, man.
Yeah. I mean, the Notre Dame thing. I mean, it is what it is with that. Um, yeah, I guess he think he not think, but I guess he has some kind of loyalty to them. Based on whoever they played in the playoffs that one time. So I mean, he seemed like a pretty good dude or whatever. Marcus Freeman. So yeah, I mean, that would be a good pick. If they did choose him to go to Pittsburgh. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Dude seemed like he a good leader. But like I said, with Mike Tomlin, it's like all that time, bro. 19 years straight, bro. They went to the playoffs. That's
Well,
crazy, man.
people say he's not a good coach. They don't think he's a historical good coach. He squeezed out one Super Bowl. That was 9 years ago. No, that was women longer than that. Maybe 15 years ago. Um, he squeezed out a Super Bowl win. They beat the Cardinals. If you really look at that, though, Cardinals should have won that game.
I'm trying to see.
And
Yeah, the car, and I think they beat the Seahawks one time before too, when they had
I
Seahawks
think
had
that
Matt
was
Hasselbeck.
with Bill Cowher. I don't think Mike was there.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You're right about that. That's right. I forgot about him.
He won
Yeah. So
one
yeah,
game. He won
yeah.
one game, and he's been eating off of that. And it's just not how it works. You see these white guys, they get fired, they get another job. He said Bill Belichick, he might come back. You got Nick Saban, he might go back. Look at Alabama. Look at Alabama without him. Yeah, so these guys, they take a break, man. They walk away from the sport, then they come back refreshed. And the way the system is set up, you actually wind up in a better situation because if you're going to coach, you want to be like Mike. You want to find a team with a solid winning team already put together. Then you can win games. You just got to go in there and coach. You don't have to worry about teaching a quarterback or none of that. You can just go coach.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't lose like that, man. Not at home. I'm telling my man, they was doing all right, and then Houston just started turning up on them. I was like,
Hmm.
man,
And
what am I watching, man?
a
Yeah.
lot of that was Aaron Rodgers. A lot of that was his fuck ups. And he got up at a press conference. It's out here somewhere. He got up and because they started criticizing Mike, and he got up. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But that's what you get. You get these guys, Aaron Rodgers and stuff like that. These guys are old. These guys don't want to deal with the system. They don't want to play with the rules. They don't want to deal with rules. They just want to have their way.
I mean, I hear that. I mean, I think he still got some more years in him, though. Honestly, Aaron Rodgers. Like I said, from what I seen last night, they just got destroyed on that front four because one play, man, the dude ran him over so bad, Aaron Rodgers couldn't do nothing. Oh my God, it was so embarrassing. And then they ran it after they did that. I think they ran the he had a fumble and they ran it back. I said,
Mm.
man, yeah, this game is over, dog. It's a wrap. So shout out to the Texans for moving on and everything. We'll see what they're gonna do because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who they playing against next.
Um. Yeah. I don't. I could find out, but I don't. I don't know. You got to. You got to have a mic. You got to have a mic and a your audio and stuff. It won't let you up if you don't have those things connected. You see where it says devices not connected. It's because your microphone is not connected. Your cam and your microphone. That guy's trying to come up here. It says devices not connected. That's what that means. In case you guys do StreamYards, when it says devices, you got to have. Even if you don't have your cam on, right? I have a cam. I just don't have it on.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah,
I
yeah,
put a cam on here, man. It messed my whole system up too. That stuff overrides. Is set up to take your microphone. I had to almost reboot my system to get that thing off, man.
yeah. It might mess with your sound too. Yeah,
Yeah, they set it up like that. It's programmed to go in and become the primary, and you got to know how to go find it and redo it. And a lot of times it be on the fly. You don't have time to go and do that.
yeah, yeah, man.
But yeah, he'll wind up somewhere, man. He'll wind up on Apple TV or Netflix. There's a lot of money there. Netflix. He could be the sports guy at Netflix. That's
We used
money,
to.
huh?
He was an apple too.
Apple TV is some money, brother.
I got you, man. It's just the way you said.
I
That's
didn't mean to
crazy,
say it. No, I
man.
didn't mean to say that. No, that's money. I'm just saying you got Netflix. They'll hire that Mike Tomlin come in. He could be the sports guy. Sports guy. He talks about sports. Believe me, he's gonna get millions to do it, man. Probably more than he was playing. I mean, when he was coaching.
Yeah, probably get him on ESPN or something.
Yeah, but they're finna give Shannon what $100 million. They just gave what Stephen A. How much did he get? 200 million or something like that. Then he just
I don't
signed
know.
some. Yeah, he just signed some ridiculous deal. Um, yeah, Mike can get his money. Mike can get money. It's money out there to be made, man. I just
Yeah,
don't think he's a
yeah,
good head coach. I'm just saying now the rest of them, he all right, but and to a certain degree, he's a little bit entitled. But now he's showing accountability. He's doing what a man does. A man holds himself to a certain standard, and if he doesn't meet that standard, that man holds himself accountable.
mm,
So you walk into that office and you resign, but you don't quit.
nah,
Mike sort of quit.
nah. You don't do that. Nah.
You go in there and you tell that organization that you think you failed them, but you let them decide. They want to keep you, then you continue to coach there, but you don't walk in there and quit. And then they don't have no coach and they not playing. They didn't know you was gonna quit, and then they got to deal with the fallout from that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You don't do that. Like seriously, especially with those kind of jobs. But if they weren't making the kind of money they make, they wouldn't probably be doing that. So
But
yeah,
yeah,
it's a little arrogance in that.
it's a
Yeah,
ridiculous amount of money. And what do you think about the WNBA? They said they're going to go on strike.
that's funny. That's funny. Well, shout out to the W. I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah, they
On
they
strike for what?
yeah. If you had a barbershop, right? So you got own two barbershops, and the one that you work at makes money, but you got another one around the corner. It makes about 70%, and then you have to take 20%. I mean, you have to pay the 20% out your pocket. The barbers, everything, it's a shop. It just doesn't make money. Would you then, if they came to you and said, we demand more money, what would you say? I mean, you're gonna say, what? You guys don't even make money. But yeah, man, I mean, you charge us for the chairs. I demand you charge us $30 less a week for the chairs. The rent, cut the chair rent down. Why would you
Yeah,
say, well, I'm not even making my shit raise it? I don't make any money. And that's the WNBA. They're demanding, and this is ridiculous. That is in time. And guess who's going to pay for that? That's the thing. The players are going to have to pay for that. Millions and millions of dollars that's coming out of the NBA to fund the WNBA. It defies logic. They got one player, and people want to throw Angel in there. Look, let's be for real. They got one player. Nobody even cares about the rest of the league. The woman who's a three-time MVP, they don't care about her. The one from the Las Vegas Aces or something,
yeah,
they
yeah,
don't make a big deal. They try to market her, but they can't. Caitlin's the draw.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely not as popular as like tennis, women's tennis or something like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say about that because, like I said, even with the UFC thing, I don't really like watching that. Matter of fact, I don't watch it. I just know that they have it. You know, females fighting. It's just boring. It's just not like the dudes. So I don't know, man. With the WNBA stuff is it's weird. That's all I got to say, man. You should be thankful that you got the opportunity. You make what you make, but you ain't never gonna make the $50 million, $100 million contract. Like it's just not that profitable. It's
And they want the money. That's the crazy thing about it. They want the money just because, which don't make any sense, bro.
yeah, you got to earn it. Yeah,
Yeah, they're entitled, bro. Angel Reese, she's very entitled. Just wants the money. Why? Because she says, I want the money. It's like, but you don't generate any money. Like this league does not make the money that the NBA makes. I don't care. Just give me the money. And you say, well, why pay? Why should you make $1 million to play basketball in the WNBA? Like you guys can barely shoot. It's not even good basketball, but just give it to me. And then at 3 years, 4 years from now, what do you think? There's going to be a demand for more money. But the NBA, like I said, they have to blame themselves because they created the WNBA.
yeah. I mean, it has changed. You know, a lot of because I mean they got some greats that have played the WNBA. I mean, but those women are not around anymore. So I mean, the Olympics thing is cool. I mean, if you know the women want more, maybe they need to come together or something. I guess this girl power stuff. Why don't more women go to the games? Obviously, they don't. They want to go see the men play. So
Mm-hmm. That's what everybody say. The people who don't like the WNBA the most is the females. And just the whole, it's not feminine. That's the thing. I don't like the WNBA because it's not a feminine setting. Listen, should they make money? They make way more money than I make now, and they're gonna get a raise. Somebody the lowest paid player in the WNBA gonna be making $250,000, $250,000 a year to play about 3 months. So that's what they'll be making, right? But I don't like it because it's not a feminine league. I like women who are feminine. I don't like masculine women. It's a very masculine display. It's a bunch of women who are extremely masculine, and I don't like that.
yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even with the wrestling, you know, like I said, I don't watch it, but I
Uh,
seen this one chick on Instagram that's a wrestler. She fine as hell too. The white chick name, what her name, Nikita or something, but ain't nobody watching that, man. Like, just stop it, man. Like,
well, I don't watch, I don't watch wrestling, but women's wrestling, I don't watch it. And now you just really woke me up because I have watched the Jade, and the part I don't like, I don't like the wrestling. Like I can keep up with the storylines. I think it's funny. Where it's all fake, right? When they have these little storylines and they're going back and forth and then come to the ring and they'll jump each other. I actually think that's entertaining. But the
mm,
actual wrestling, I don't like it.
I'm sure you don't. I'm
No,
sure you
I
don't.
just
Yeah.
changed the channel, man. I watch a little bit and then I just change the channel. It's like I lose interest. Now they're just wrestling and they're throwing each other in the ropes and then it's just like that's boring.
Yeah, what is this? Like, yeah, man. That's
I
how it
think, I
is,
think the
man.
women are more entertaining than the men.
Man, I ain't
I
watching
don't know if you
wrestling.
watch it. You don't watch. You probably don't watch it. You can watch it. It's funny to me. That shit funny to me. The one of the Chinese or whatever chick came out. She was talking. I don't know. I don't know the names, right?
Mm,
But she came in the ring and she was like, she said, no, you not. She grabbed that woman by the throat and body slammed her. I thought that was hilarious, man.
yeah,
I said,
yeah.
did they set that up? Because it's the way, because she was coming in and she was talking, in that pigeon English, and she just grabbed, the white, like the champion, she body slammed that chick.
That nigga said pigeon English. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, when it's, how I'm saying, that's what they call it when it's all. like a pigeon, like pecking at the. That's how they. Well, look, man, it's a different. It's just a slang, man.
No, you straight. Yeah, I just never heard that. That's crazy.
Like that,
Yeah,
like keyboards. You hitting one key, and like you can't type,
yeah,
so you're typing fucked up. But Mike's out, man. Mike Tomlin is out. Mike Tomlin is out. Mike Tomlin is out. He quit. The replacement is Marcus Freeman. That's what they want it to be. I want to see tomorrow, this time tomorrow, they're announcing they just hired Marcus Freeman of Notre Dame. They made the buyout. He's now the new head coach in the NFL of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We need that. We need some more energy. I was a little kid. I grew up a Steeler fan. I wouldn't say I'm a Steeler fan now, but they need that. They need that in their organization.
yeah. It's time for a change. Yeah, it's definitely time for a change.
And we got to learn, man. That's a part of life, man. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, man. A lot of us don't want to. We don't want to live by that barometer. I don't know. I don't get that part. How we just think we just always gonna win. The
Yeah,
world doesn't work that way. Everything ain't always gonna be the way you want it to be. The thing about it, you survive the bad times. You survive, and you make the best out of it. That's how you do that. That's how a man does it. Mike, it took him 19 years. Now he's finally acting like a man now. He's finally acting like a man. Accountability. You didn't do the job you were asked that you were being paid to do. So you stepped down. Some people will say he quit. Okay. He's not there anymore. You give yourself a while. I don't know. That Cleveland Brown job to me, I don't know. That's enticing, Mike. That's with Shador there. With that team, Mike, sleep on it, Mike. Going to Cleveland, that might be that's about 15. That's a good 12-year run. Y'all gonna be winning some games, Mike.
yeah. Because they got a
That,
defense in Cleveland. They just need some offense, like badly.
with Mike on the sidelines, Shador on the center with Dion coming there and bringing that circus, Mike. And you got the what's that defensive end? He broke the
Hmm.
sack record. Mike, I don't know about taking the day off. I wouldn't take the year off. I'd be going to Cleveland, man. I would. That's there. I go. It's a solid organization. You don't really have to find a quarterback. All you got to do is fix the missing pieces.
That's it. Yep. We just got to draft well, just like the Cowboys, man. It just don't be drafting well. You be like, man, y'all be passing up on so many good players, and the other teams snatch them up. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. What do you think about the AJ Brown? He tried to punch his coach.
Who was that? Oh, you talking about
Eagles, yeah.
I think something is wrong with that dude. Seriously. Even in some of the interviews he be doing, it's like he kind of reminds me of Isaiah Ryder that used to play in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes the reporter used to be interviewing him, he just sound like he been smoking a whole bunch of weed, you know what I'm saying, or something. But with AJ Brown, like, dude, it's not about you all the time, man. You're playing for a great organization. I mean, you coming from the Titans, you know, which
Mm-hmm.
that they did bad when he played with them. So you won the Super Bowl in Philly. What you tripping for, man?
And he can't really catch like that, And the thing that's about it is, it's disrespectful to the quarterback. Now, Jalen ain't gonna say nothing. That's his personality, a little bit passive. But if you know these quarterbacks, if you know the history of these quarterbacks, man, they don't accept that. We saw the TO going off and stuff. Let me tell you something, bro. That's
Oh,
TO.
man.
That's the 49ers. That's
Yeah,
Steve Young or whatever. Bro, there are quarterbacks. If you mouth off back to them, you'll get cut. And just like Tom Brady, he'll stop throwing you the football. He don't care if you open or not.
Yeah, man.
He did it to Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown called him out, talking about he ain't getting the football. Tom Brady said, he looked at him and said, okay. He stopped throwing him football altogether.
Right.
You can't do that. That's what I said, man. You can't do that. Yeah.
You
Hey, man,
lost your mind, man.
I'm wide open, man. He ain't throwing me in football. If I'm talking to Antonio Brown, I go, man, I know you're right, but just don't say nothing, man, because this guy right here, he don't play that. I said, you're right. Jalen Hurts, he's passive. You can sort of bully him. But these other quarterbacks, and that's the thing about Jalen Hurts, he should have said no. He should have said, hey, man, I'll throw you the football if you're open. I don't want to talk about it no more.
Yeah.
He let him wolf it up, and he didn't say nothing. And look at what happened. And then he drops the football that they needed. Hit him right in his fucking hands, and he dropped it.
I mean, complaining all season, man. Yeah. Man.
Because I'm looking at it, I said, whoa, man, he dropped that thing right. It was an easy pass, and I think that was 4th down or something like that. I mean, I don't remember every aspect of the game, but I know that. And then he comes off the sideline. I saw the commotion. I didn't know. He comes off the sideline and he tries to punch his coach because the coach told him to sit on his ass. Go sit the bench. What kind of shit is that, man?
Yeah, you got to take that if you're a grown man. I mean, yeah, the coach going to yell at you sometime, dog. You got to take that. Yeah, that's just a part of it. It's not college anymore, man. It's the pros, man. You got to, if you mess up, just take the lash and be done with it. When you start getting frustrated, he's gonna take you out your game. So with him, like I say, he all right sometimes, but sometimes he's not. Some weirdo stuff like some dudes think they can just jump from team to team. Like James Harden type stuff. Like you get mad at the team, you just want to go to like, dude, you lucky you good. You lucky you good because a lot of players can't do that.
James in L.A. in with the Clippers.
Yeah, he just can't never
loaded.
make his mind up.
They're loaded though, right? They got him. They got a bunch of good players, don't they?
Yeah, but they not doing too good this year. If they keep playing good, they can change it around. But they very low.
Yeah, but that's the thing about a James Harden. He's not a good teammate, and it affects the team.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he can drop threes. He can shoot. He can dribble. He can shoot. But as far as helping like a team, he's not good at that. Guys got to know. Guys got to know when they go to a team, you can't take all the shots. I'm saying obviously not going to take all the shots, but you got to get other guys in their game. You got to pass the ball. You got to get their head back in the game. You just can't be dropping threes, and then when you start missing, expect them to make all that up. They got to be in the game. You got to pass that ball sometime. Turn down a three, turn down a shot. And after I saw Draymond Green, I ain't never seen nobody defense Harden like that, man. He dogged Harden out. I said, damn.
Yeah.
He couldn't even get a shot off. I said, look at Draymond. Draymond, every time he put it up, Draymond, bap, bap. Yeah. He tried to come inside. He was bap. I said, man. I said, I didn't know Draymond was that good. I said, I ain't never seen nobody D Harden like that. He took that man whole game away from him.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's how some guys are, man. They're very difficult to deal with. It's crazy, man. They still expect you to pay them too. So yeah, man, it's just a lot of privileged people. It's no matter what they do for you. Some people just don't appreciate the opportunities that they have, which messes it up for other people that need it or want that opportunity, man. It's just crazy, man.
That's the world we live in, man. That's how it goes. We wanted to put this out, man. Mike Tomlin has stepped down. I say he quit, which is worse. And Marcus Freeman has been contacted. He's released a statement saying he's not interested in the NFL job. I don't know if he is or if he isn't, but this is too soon. Pittsburgh can pay him, and they also can pay Notre Dame to release him. So, and money talks, right? And a lot of times that's a negotiation ploy that the agent puts out, even though they're ready to sign the contract, they're saying, hey, I can get you another 30 million. Just wait. And that's what it's about. That's what agents supposed to do, make your money, right? So I wouldn't close the door on Marcus Freeman. I think it's quite possible he'll be the next coach for Pittsburgh. And a lot of people are saying goodbye to Mike. They've had it with Mike. They felt Mike's been there too long. They felt Mike was you got to damn near use a crowbar to get him out of there. I mean, Mike Tomlin's like a cat. If I could do an AI, I'd do Dan Rooney. I mean, I think Art Rooney. Is it Dan Rooney? I do Dan Rooney, the owner, and I put a cat who's clawing at someone's leg, and I put Mike Tomlin's head on the cat because he don't want to go. He said if he'd have won that game, he think he wouldn't have stepped down. Well, he can thank his boy Aaron Rodgers for that. Aaron Glorilla. I saw that Glorilla. Glorilla had on a bikini top and booty shorts at Pittsburgh facilities. Doing what happened is like it's like 90 guys, 90 men inside. She was in there, she was the only woman, and that's crazy, man. Ain't that bizarro, man? Ain't that nuts? And she had some water and stuff. She was giving them water. But this is what you get, man. Look, like the stream, man. We got you do business. We appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you, bro. Take your thoughts, man. You got comments on Mike Tomlin? What do you think? What direction you think Pittsburgh needs to go? You think Marcus Freeman is a good replacement or not? And if not, who do you think they should hire? Who do you think they should hire? You think Rex Ryan? What about the guy from Atlanta? He's the offensive coordinator. What about him? What about Pete Carroll? Pete Carroll's available. He got fired from Oakland. Pete Carroll. The guy from the Cardinals. See, I would come in. I would try to get Maury. I would try to get that quarterback. What's his name? Maury something? I don't know his first name. I try to get that quarterback, bring him to Pittsburgh. I trade what I had to trade to get him. Try to get Marcus Freeman as my head coach. Go into the draft and try to find me some receivers. Try to find the next Antonio Brown, Kyle Murray. Try to find the next Antonio Brown. Man, they need a lot. Pittsburgh need a lot. Whew. Now that I think about it, Pittsburgh need a lot, man. Pittsburgh need a year where they go 1 in 15. They need a year like that to rebuild because they got a lot of work they got to do. Because they messed up. They took all of those veterans and stuff, cornerback and Ramsey, and them dudes washed up, and them dudes hurt. Them dudes old. They couldn't stop nobody. You got to go and find new talent. And I said it again, Metcalf can't catch. I told you, I seen him in San Diego. I saw him in Seattle. That man can't catch. He can't catch like a wide receiver. That's what I'm saying. He could catch a football, yeah. He could make a couple of catches, but when it come down to being a wide receiver, he ain't got no good hands. I know. I watched Russell. Him and Russell, man, they used to make so many mistakes. Russell Wilson, bro. Russell Wilson, it goes without saying how bad he is. Russell Wilson's last 6 years were awful. The way you describe his last 6 years in the NFL is awful. Lousy. Lousy. Russell was a lousy quarterback for the last 6 years. People say, well, that coincides with him marrying his wife. Whatever. Maybe it does. He was lousy. Interceptions, throwing the ball behind the receiver, fumbles, sacks. Remember, he got knocked out cold by Jones. I think Chris Jones, the guy for Kansas City, knocked him out cold. He dug a divot in the field with his helmet. And it was scary too, man. They literally had to stop the game to try to revive him. He was unconscious. They had to bring him back to consciousness. He was lousy. What's up with you, Dave?
Hey, Platt, thank you for having me on.
Okay.
So Platt, I normally agree with you on your broadcast, but this is one of the few times I disagree with you on Mike Tomlin. I think he wasn't an amazing head coach, but you can't disregard his streak of no losing seasons, you know? So
The
I think
Pittsburgh, the fans did.
well, I mean, listen, do the Pittsburgh Steelers fans, do they want like multiple seasons of just like, you know, I don't know, like 1-15, 1-17 seasons, those type of seasons? Like they should be happy that they had a coach
I think
who,
the last time they went 1-15, they got Mean Joe Green out of the deal. So I would say, yeah. I'm not saying they should tank, but what I'm saying is when a team, like you saying LA, when a team is the first, when you're right there, number one and number two, you can get a player that'll change your franchise. When you staying up there 16, 17, or 25, rarely, a lot of them players don't even make the team.
yeah, that's true, that's true. But you know who they could really use actually, because I think that Aaron Rodgers, I think he's probably not coming back. So they're probably going to have like a mediocre quarterback. And so they should get someone like Tom Coughlin. You remember Tom Coughlin, who coached the New York Giants?
Is he available?
I mean, he's kind of retired, basically.
Oh.
But like maybe he should come out of retirement because they need a coach who's used to coaching mediocre players. Like Eli Manning was like a mediocre quarterback, in terms of the regular season. Like during the playoffs, he elevated his game, but they need like a coach who's used to dealing with mediocre players.
Well, as a head coach, see, that's the thing about a coach is if you got to have the best players, you're not a good coach.
Yeah.
That's just the thing about a coach. When you give a coach, yeah, you want them to be psychic and able to predict the future. You want them to say, hey, I'm finna draft this guy, this linebacker. I'm gonna draft him in the third round. Give me 2 years with him. He's gonna be all pro. Or I'm gonna take this quarterback with the fifth round. Give me 3 years with him. Give me 2 years with him. He'll be a passing leader. A coach, they require a coach to do that. Once again, if you coach the dream team, right, with Bird and Magic and Jordan, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Does that make you a good coach?
Yeah, anyone could have took that team to the gold medal.
Yeah, but I'm saying, so what I'm saying is, if you're the guy who's coaching that, can you then turn around and tell people you're a good coach?
Yeah, that's a valid point.
That's what I'm saying. So that's the whole thing. The cupboards bear a lot of places, and this Seghetti guy for Indiana. This guy, he signed a deal. This is first year coaching Indiana. They tear up his deal, and give him a 6-year deal, and they're paying him like he's one of these big-time coaches now. They wasn't paying him like that at first. Now he's getting the $9 million, $7 million. I can go look it up. He signed a 6-year deal. That school said we're gonna lock you in. This guy ain't even, look, next year, guess what? All that talent that's going to Alabama, all that talent that's going to Florida and Miami, guess where they're coming now? They're going to Indiana now. Indiana's mainstream big-time football now. He doesn't have players like that now. What do you think he's going to do when he gets those good players? What do you think he's going to do when he got a running back that's hard to stop? When he got a quarterback, I mean, this guy is a Heisman. When he gets him a really a top-tier quarterback, and this guy might be that. I don't know. I'm not impressed by him. They already said he's going to go in the late rounds. I think Pravia's better than him, too. I mean, I know he beat him out in the Heisman, but if Pittsburgh can get Pravia, bro, it's over. It's
so
over.
okay. So Platt, I want to bring something to your attention, right? So about Mike Tomlin, and I want to compare him to someone like an Andy Reid. All right. So during Andy Reid's during his run in remember with the Philadelphia Eagles? I think he got fired, and then it was less than a week he had a new contract with the Kansas City Chiefs. Now Andy Reid, to my knowledge, he never won a Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles. You could make an argument that Mike Tomlin was actually kind of better than Andy Reid. So where's his new contract? Teams should be lining up to try to get someone of a Mike Tomlin type. You know what I mean?
You think Mike Tomlin is on level of an Andy Reid?
Yes.
Wow.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Now, I mean, before the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm talking about before let's just compare them. Let's compare Mike Tomlin's Pittsburgh Steelers record to Andy Reid's Philadelphia Eagles record. Both their tenures. Let's not look at his Kansas City Chiefs his time there. But I'm talking about let's say if you compare both those coaches, I think Mike Tomlin should get a new deal, just like the way Andy Reid got a new deal and he ended up winning, Super Bowls with Kansas City. I mean, because Andy Reid never even won a Super Bowl with the Eagles. Mike Tomlin, at least he won a Super Bowl with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't.
You could make an argument.
Yeah, I don't think Mike Tomlin is a good head coach. I don't think he understands defenses. I don't think he overrides his coaches. I don't think he goes up to the offensive coordinator and say, "No, we need to run a sweep. Give me this play." I don't think he does that. I don't think he goes in the halftime and gets with his defense and changes things on fly. Okay. We got to go out of this and go into the this type of defense. I don't think he does that. I think he sits on the sideline. I think he's a good rah-rah guy. I think he gets his guys going. He's a good motivator. I think during the game, I think he's just on the sideline. In fact, there was one game he didn't even have his headset plugged in. So I don't know what Mike is doing. Whatever he's doing, it's not working anymore. And look, shout out to Mike. Even though he quit, right? Okay, he quit. It's about accountability. And this is something he should have did years ago. It's about holding yourself to a standard. And if you don't meet that standard, it's about saying, hey, I resign. Because he's failed. And
so are you go ahead, Platt. No, I was gonna say, are you wait, what specifically are you disappointed in Mike Tomlin in? Is it the fact that he never won a Super Bowl again after his first Super Bowl win, or are you disappointed that he didn't win his playoff games in the last 5, 6, 7 seasons? Or what exactly specifically?
That part, that's not good. Mike's been trash, man, for the last 10 years, even with Ben. And another thing Mike did, that's another thing that you keep up. If you keep up with, I lay wagers, right? I've been doing that, but I'm not getting into how long. But anyhow, one thing about a coach, He can't be intimidated by his quarterback. He can't. Now, quarterback got to do his job. Coach got to do his job. But guess what? Sometimes he got to get on that quarterback, which means that ain't popular for the quarterback. That ain't popular for you. You don't want to lose your team. But sometimes they're fucking up. When you look at the guy at Green Bay, Jordan Love, look, he let him stay out there. Right? That was his first, he let him stay out there. I don't like quarterbacks I don't like coaches like that. If I was the coach, I'd have said, man, what the fuck are you doing? All of a sudden, you can't play football. You go out there and fuck up again. You go into the bench. I'd have put Malik Willis in there. I don't give a fuck. He can get mad all he wants. I'd have benched his ass. The way he was fucking up in the second half. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that game though.
Oh, okay, he couldn't complete a pass.
Oh man,
he kept throwing deep. You don't have to. Why keep throwing deep, man? Just take what the defense is giving you. He kept trying to throw deep.
Oh, okay. Oh.
And he was throwing the ball out of the end zone. Yeah, he was making a mistake, man. And I'm saying, as a head coach, you can't be intimidated by your quarterback. Mike was intimidated by Ben. He let Ben pretty much do what he wants to do. And in the process, he lost Antonio Brown. He lost a bunch of players because of that.
Well, here's the thing too. Like when you have a quarterback, because Ben, I think by the time Mike got there, Ben had already won a Super Bowl, and then he won another Super Bowl with Mike. So throughout the years, I mean, Ben is a 2-time Super Bowl champion. You can't just talk to him like he's some kind of rookie who doesn't know what he's doing. You know what I mean? Like you got to talk to people at the level that they're at. You know what I mean?
Hold on. When they played Jacksonville, when they were the number 1 seed in the conference, and they played Jacksonville, who was a playoff wild card team, barely made the playoffs. They want to lose, and they didn't have a losing record. Ben threw 5 interceptions.
Yeah, Ben was getting bad at one point.
And you remember that? He threw 5 interceptions, and Mike sat on that sideline with his hands in his pocket. And I said, Mike, what are you going to do? Nothing. That's. I'm like, man, that ain't no coach, man. Look, you got to say something. You're throwing too many interceptions, man. You're costing us this game.
I think it was over for Ben when remember that game that he lost to Tim Tebow?
Mm-hmm.
I think that ruined his ego.
The Denver game, yep.
Remember that game?
Yeah, I
don't think he was ever the same.
I think Denver was a wild card team, and Tebow, a guy who can't even make a roster, outperformed Ben.
Because Pittsburgh, they were expected to win that game, like literally expected to win that game. And you know what happened? So.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You can say that because, and Signetti, I've never heard an Italian name like Signetti. This guy, right, with Indiana, he's showing the world that it's about coaching. He's showing the world that James Franklin. He's showing the world. Man, have you seen Penn State?
Oh wait, how's the record now?
Man, Penn State can play, man. Whoever this new coach is, I'm not saying he should be the coach. I'm saying they got rid of James Franklin. Man, Penn State, they defense, they playing D out there. They playing, man. Okay. They wasn't playing like that for James. Now, look, that's James' fault. But James wasn't getting that out of them. Man, they got a team. Penn State is this year, that team that was losing, that's a good football team. In fact, they almost beat Indiana. If the guy doesn't get the toe tap in like the last 8 seconds of the game, Penn State's going to beat Indiana. So, yeah, that was James Franklin's fault, man. You got to blame James Franklin on that, man. That was 100% his fault. And you keep talking about Mike. Look, man, Mike, he stayed too long, man. He stayed too long. You got to get rid of him. It's just the way things are. And I'm saying, Mike, look at Sean Payton with the Saints. They got rid of him. He could have bitched. He could have whined about it. Nice. It's a part of the game. And look at what happened. He got rewarded. He got Denver. He got a new quarterback. He got Bo Nix. So
Yeah.
him and Bo Nix, he's got him a new quarterback. He's an older head coach. All he's got to do, he don't have to even worry about his quarterback no more. All you got to do is put his defense together. And look, they're the number 1 seed now. That's money. So he's gonna come back. He's gonna get another contract. He's gonna get another $20 million. He's gonna be in the NFL another 6-7 years. Because what? He got fired. He accepted it. He didn't sit around and whine. When they was gonna get rid of Mike 3 years ago, 4 years ago, Mike was whining. They said, Mike, they believe you're going to USC. He said, I coach Pittsburgh. I said, man, come on, man. You know you ain't doing a good job. And I was like, well, what makes you think USC? I was like that. I was like, why would USC want him? Somebody said the LSU job, I think with the guy Ryan Clark. I said, man, you out of your fucking marbles. LSU ain't gonna hire no Mike. What for? To do what? And it's the SEC. I said, why would they hire Mike Tomlin? He ain't proving nothing. And we see right now there ain't even no demand for Mike. Mike's gonna come available. Let's see what team. There's a bunch of teams need a head coach. Let's see what team's going to court Mike.
I don't know. I'm different than you, Platt. Whereas, like, if I'm the owner of a team, like, I honestly would value to have a head coach who's never given me a losing season. I know you don't see that as a big deal, but to never have had a losing season, that's like, damn, like, that's thank you.
Okay, well,
Like
the fans don't agree with you because Pittsburgh is a winning organization.
Mhm.
So they're just a winning organization. They have 6 trophies, and then he lost a trophy, and then Bill Cowher lost one to Dallas in '95. So, but up until that, they always won their trophies. And don't get me on Bill Cowher because he stayed too long, but he's a better coach than Mike. Now it's possible. I don't know. We know Bill Cowher is doing play-by-play. It's very possible they'll hire. He'll come back. You got John Gruden. He'll be it's Pittsburgh. They might bring John Gruden in there.
Oh, I thought like he's kind of done after that whole scandal. I don't think he's ever coming back into the NFL.
Nah, he's recovered from that.
He's recovered from that? Okay.
All it takes is an owner to hire him. Let me tell you something. Pittsburgh wouldn't have a problem. Look, everybody don't have a problem with what John did. Now, I'm not saying he did right. Mm-hmm. But it's not where he can never coach again type of situation.
Oh, okay. Because it looked bad from my vantage point.
No, he could come back. John Gruden can come back for Pittsburgh right now. The fans of Pittsburgh, they'd accept. He's acceptable.
He's a damn good football coach. And Gruden has won a Super Bowl, so you know.
Yeah, so it's acceptable.
But the thing is, though, Mike Tomlin has to get at least, if he decides he doesn't want to coach anymore, that's fine. But I'd be offended if I was Mike Tomlin and I didn't get at least 2 or 3 teams who are like reaching out to me right now saying, "What do you want? You can have the head coaching spot next season." Like I'd be personally offended. Like after all, like what I gave to the Steelers.
Yeah, the problem is there is a problem with that. That's a problem, right? What I'm saying is, I don't think there's a demand, but let's just say there is for him. He's already under contract. So what I'm saying is if he quits, they're going to negotiate a settlement. But if he goes, say, to LA and LA say, here's $20 million, which is more than he was making in Pittsburgh, that overrides, in a sense, he's under contract, he quit, yet he went to another team and got more money, that they can sue him for that. He can't really go coach.
Oh yeah, because he's okay. So you're right though, Platt. Because if he's technically under contract, even if he retires, it's like he's like they still have the rights to him if he wants to come back. So
there you go. Yeah, and it's a legal thing. And then you're talking about negotiate. Now, if he's up front and they don't want anything, and then they say, "Hey, Oakland, give us a 3rd round pick," and Oakland said, "We'll give you a 3rd round pick." Then they say, "Yeah, okay, you can go coach Oakland." But no, he just can't say, "Hey, I quit." Okay, we're gonna negotiate the settlement. Oh, he's quit, and then 3 days later, he's standing in Oakland doing a press conference. Yeah, I just got Mike Tomlin just signed the highest paid contract of a head coach. Nah, it don't work that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was him. I would have been quit Pittsburgh because all these new stadiums. Look at the Cardinals. Cardinals, they need a new coach. There's a lot of coaches out. I'm saying, what's this guy so? What is Pittsburgh? Why is he so concerned about staying in? I didn't get that.
No, just job security. Just job security, Flat. You know,
Well, look
you
at
already
Vrabel.
been there 19 years. Yeah.
Look at Vrabel. Vrabel was in Tennessee. They didn't have no quarterback. Had terrible quarterbacks. He eventually got fired. He sits out a year or two. He goes to New England, and look at him now. He's got Drake May. That his name, Drake May. He's got Drake May as his quarterback. Drake May will be in the NFL at least another 8-9 years, and he'll be a winner in the NFL for at least another 8-9 years as a head coach. Guess what? That's job security.
Yeah.
And guess what? You got fired, but now look at you got another job. Mike will get another job. I don't know where. He'll get another job.
But also, they're saying that he might want to go into TV. That's the thing. A lot of people don't know if he actually wants to stay in the NFL or just, transition to TV or maybe just take a break. I mean, 19 seasons is a lot. Like, maybe just want to take a break.
Well, he got his money. They paid him. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go. What do you think about Marcus Freeman?
Yeah, I remember somebody came on the line and said and I echo that sentiments when I'm thinking what really has he accomplished? I'd have to go back and look at his resume. Like, did he win some bowl games recently? Like what on his resume? Why do people feel like he'd be a great head coach, at least over Mike Tomlin? Like, I'm not hating on him. Like,
No,
if he,
I think he'd be an excellent head coach over Tomlin. What has he won? He took the University of Notre Dame to the college football championship. And then you got to understand Notre Dame. Notre Dame is not Georgia. They're not a big time football school. So when you talk about Notre Dame, right, they do recruit. Notre Dame also has, and they have athletic scholarship, but they have a certain standard that a lot of guys can't meet. So they have to play with a disadvantage of their players.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why. But he took that team. He took a Notre Dame to a championship. They missed the playoffs, I think, by one game. We know now Miami. They lost to Miami. Miami's in a championship game. He's not playing cupcakes.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, and I agree with them. Well, I don't think they should have made it. I think somebody said next year they have to automatically, so they doing something. No, I don't know. But the guy's a good coach. He's better than Mike, and the guy can come in and breathe life into that organization much more than Mike ever could. And people just don't look at Mike as a good coach. Sometimes as a coach, man, you got to get out there. What's that one game? I remember a Monday Night Football game, Bill Belichick. I think Brady was hurt. Bill Belichick ran the football. You remember that game? He ran the football the whole game. They didn't throw one pass. And eventually he wore down their defense. They was going 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. But by the second quarter, it was, they was moving the football. And then by the third quarter, that dude broke one for like 60. They're basically running the football, kept running. He won the football game just running the football.
Okay.
Yeah, they won. Yeah, I was amazed. I'd never seen him before. That quarterback, I think Brady was hurt. He was like, well, I think it had that dude like Brissett or somebody like that. That guy. I think he had that guy in there as the third string backup. He just kept running the football. And he knew it. He said, if I keep hammering on this left side, that lineman they got, he's gonna break down. And sure enough, they broke down. And that's just called coaching, man. That's a coach. Mike has never been. That's the thing. It ain't about now. He's never been a good coach.
But Platt, he won a Super Bowl. How you gonna say
They
that?
barely won that Super Bowl. I don't know why you sitting up and talking about it. Your defensive lineman gets a 97-yard interception return before the half. And they
Yeah.
still was behind. They had to come back from behind from that. Man, I've seen Mike Tomlin lose to the Raiders when the Raiders were like 1-15. That's one thing about him too. He always loses to these bad teams.
It's debatable, but yeah, when you say that, it just that Denver game just always sticks out. Sticks out to me when
He
they play
lost to
Denver.
Tebow. No,
Yeah,
Tebow couldn't have beat anybody in the NFL but Pittsburgh, and that's who he beat. And I think Pittsburgh was like 14-2, top seed, something
yeah, they
like
were
that.
like they were a high seed, I think. Yeah,
And
'cause Denver was the wild card. Yeah,
Tim Tebow, a man who couldn't even make a roster as a quarterback. Remember, he came back. I think they got Manning, and then he came back or whatever. He wound up getting cut, going to the Jets, and I think they made him a tight end. After he had did all of that. I mean, yeah.
No, actually, I was mistaken. That game that Denver played Pittsburgh, they actually won the division, and Pittsburgh was a wild card.
Okay.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, because Denver like quietly just slipped in. Pittsburgh was a wild card. Denver hosted because they had won their division. So
Well, it's a good day if you're a fan of Pittsburgh. If you're a fan of football, it's a good day. Mike's gone, and he'll be replaced. We're hearing that Marcus Freeman doesn't want to go to the NFL. That's what we're hearing. A lot of times that's a negotiation tactic to get more money. I personally believe he'll be the next head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think he's going to do this thing right here, and eventually, I'd say Monday, they'll be announcing that they've signed the paperwork and they've secured Marcus Freeman.
oh man, so let me ask you something, Platt. So if let's say hypothetically, in Marcus Freeman's like first 2 seasons, if he has a losing record, what you gonna say now
I
about
won't say
Mike
nothing.
Tomlin?
I give him. He signs a 6-year. I don't know what the coaches make. Say 6-year, $75 million coaching deal. I'll give him 3 years where he's trash. I'll give him 3 years. In the process, he'll be getting new talent because we'll be drafting way low. We're drafting in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
So you fill in top 10 picks with the current roster. Well, first of all, most of them guys are too old. But you fill in those guys, I say by year 3, I say no, I give him 2 years. Year 3, he'll be a playoff team. He'll have a playoff team. Year 4, Super Bowl.
Oh,
Year
man,
5, another
that's high
Super Bowl.
expectations.
Year 5, another. I think he get you in 6 years. You'll get 3 Super Bowl wins with Marcus.
That means you hoping for a high enough pick. Well, not just a high enough pick, but you hoping for like a franchise quarterback. Because they really don't have a franchise quarterback yet. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is about to leave.
If Arch comes out, if it'd be perfect. This is what Pittsburgh needs. To be honest with you, they need to have a real bad year and grab Archie Manning because they don't have a quarterback. And Arch is perfect for that city. He's perfect for them. The Mannings, you bring in the Mannings there, he's perfect for Pittsburgh. That city, with the history they have of winning. And look, I criticized Arch Manning early on, and rightfully so. But by the time he played in Michigan, you saw that touchdown. Did you see him get that touchdown against Michigan?
Yeah.
They showed he was running faster than they were. Man, that guy is fast, man.
No, he got better as the season progressed. He started to look trash at one point. But
Well, they only lost like 3 games, I think, or maybe 2 games. Texas, if you want, and this was his first time starting. He really didn't do that bad. And he took off, man, against Michigan. Michigan's not a bad team. he showed to me he did good in the bowl game. And if you bring him back, I think his father was exactly right. You got to stay 2 years, even though he wanted to leave. His father was right. You got to give us 2. And he's right. If he gives you 2 and he does what I think he's going to do, that's going to be the first overall pick, man.
Yeah, but I mean, they kind of crown him as like, they just. I see how college football really does. Like, I hate to say it, some of these white players because they really just try to crown them early. Like, here's the next thing. So it looks like he's probably gonna be the number 1 pick, but I mean, does he really deserve it? I mean, it could be debatable.
Well, if he comes back next year, it depends on how he performs, but I don't know why he wouldn't be the first overall pick. Man, I don't know. Like I said, you could go and look at my loads. I criticized him harshly. The Sam Houston State game, all of that, I criticized him for that. But what he's become now, he's doing what he's supposed to. He's becoming better. You give him another year, man, I think they'll be in the playoffs. Texas will make the playoffs. He's learning from his mistakes. That's another thing. See, Arch Manning, he learns from his mistakes. He gets better.
Yeah.
He's not like a lot of these other quarterbacks. He actually learns from his mistakes. And that's the whole Manning thing. I mean, this has sort of humbled him. This probably be the best thing to happen to him.
You're probably right.
Yeah. See, our society is set up like that, man. We're not a society where people, we know that some people do get it, but you're not supposed to be given anything. You have to earn it. And by earning it, you appreciate it more, and it also teaches you. But you just give them something, they didn't learn it. That's just like the WNBA. You want to see an organization where they just give things? That's the WNBA. And look at them now.
Yeah, a lot of those female players, they think they should get paid the same way the NBA pays their players, but okay, it's a different revenue. Like, you can't get paid the big bucks like that. Like, people are not coming to the games like that. They're not watching on TV like that. They think that they should just be getting the same millions that some of these top NBA players again. It doesn't work like that.
They say they want private jets. Why do you need a private jet? They don't want to, they want their flights chartered. Why? They don't make any money.
No. Oh, like right now, the WNBA teams, like they fly commercial flat? Is that what you're saying?
Since Caitlin's been there, no. They charter the flights now.
Oh, they charter, okay.
It's not necessarily a private jet. It's chartered. I mean, whatever that means. I mean, I guess it's just for them, and it's waiting for them, but they want it private.
And I'm surprised even with Caitlin, they're chartering jets because like they don't make a lot of money, Platt.
Yeah, you ain't gonna make no money. If you got private jets, you ain't gonna make nothing.
Yeah, like what's their profit margin?
Yeah, you think you're in the red now. Yeah, they're just it's just entitlement. And even if the WNBA, the profits are going up, it's trending up, even if for 20 years they carried you.
Yeah. Like they were in the red for a lot of years. A lot of years they were in the red.
They've never made a profit. They've never made a profit. You got fans, 3,000 fans, they're playing at high school gyms. Nobody's watching. I can look at the college football. There'll be Sam Houston State versus Northern Illinois. It's 100 people in the stands. It's more people on the field than in the stands. Where's the money coming from? TV?
Mm-hmm.
The TV's broadcasting, selling advertisement, and because of the contract, both schools get 80,000 or 100,000 or whatever. They don't get a whole lot, but they get a few dollars.
Mm.
Like the stream, man. I don't know what this is. Hold on, man. I gotta go see this. Austin's doing a live.
Austin Holloman.
Yeah, he just went live. It says you may want to move to Nambia. But it said for you on the notification. I was like, for me. Nah, he's
Yeah.
just doing a live, regular live.
He needs to sit himself down somewhere and stop moving around. He got big problems.
Man, yeah, some dude on YouTube says he finna turn some information over to law enforcement. So I don't know.
Leave that man alone. Leave Austin alone, man. Gee, people, yo, you know it's just jealousy, Platt.
You think that's what
People,
it is?
a lot of people are jealous because listen, Austin Holloman, he's a young man. Yeah, he makes mistakes. He definitely makes mistakes. But a lot of people are jealous of the fact that this man took his passport, went overseas, multiple countries, living his best life. You know, just people just jealous. Like they just like they don't want to see a
Mhm.
young black man have fun. Like he's like
You
say what
believe
you
that?
want about Austin. He's having his best. He's living his best life. He's enjoying life.
But you believe that? I'm saying you truly believe that?
Believe what, the jealousy, or believe he's living his
That,
best
that
life?
he's
What?
jealous. Hold up. People are jealous of Mike. I mean, people are jealous of Austin because he got his passport and he's living his best life. And the criticism is because they're jealous. You believe that?
Well, partly. You know, I believe some of it
Well,
is
let me ask
hate.
you this. Hold on, let me ask
Some
you
of
this.
it is jealousy, but
Okay,
some
no,
of
no,
it
no.
is really legit. Like they don't like the
No,
way
no,
he
no.
probably conducts
No, no,
himself.
no, no. Hold on. Let's go with jealousy and hate. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, some of his critics, it's really just jealousy and hate. Now,
Mm.
do you think the Floyd situation, do you think what's happening with Floyd is legitimate for people to criticize or inquire about it?
Oh, like in terms of Austin's life, like everyone has to now
Well, he
like
did. He did. I'm not, look, let me say something. I've never said he was hanging out with Floyd and doing what Floyd was doing, but he did hang out with Floyd.
mhm. Yeah.
Yes or no?
No, you are correct. He did hang out with Floyd, but
Let me
he's
ask you this.
not.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
go
hold up,
ahead.
hold on. I'm gonna let you go, Dave. Hold up. Just hold up, Dave. If you, Dave, if you shared, if I'm just a regular Joe in your neighborhood
Yeah.
and I see you hanging out with a guy, that's your buddy. You know, I'm not gonna, just your friend. You hang out with him.
Yeah.
I know that sometimes you guys bunk together, like y'all room together. Y'all get a double in a hotel. You're out of town. What you do, man? We went out here, man. I stayed with my partner, man. Me and my partner, we just rent a room, right? It's all good. If we don't get no women, we'll rent a room. Okay, you just told me y'all share hotel rooms together. Y'all eat
Mhm.
together. Y'all hang out together. Y'all chase women together.
Mhm.
If a year from now you doing your job and I look on the news and it says he's been picked up for child, doing things to children, you're trying to tell me a curiosity about what did you know about it? That's not fair to have that type of a curiosity that perhaps what was going on. What did you know? When did you know? That's not fair question.
That's a fair question. That is a fair question. But at the same time, like Platt, you okay? Let's use you for an example. You probably have people in your circle that you're very close with. You know, it might be close friends or close acquaintances, but you don't know 100% what they do at all times. There are people who can fool you, who you thought was solid, and then you find out like, oh, this person was caught up in a drug conspiracy or like something wild, and you're like, I had no idea that person never talked about any type of drugs around me or
I,
whatever.
I,
You know what I mean?
I worked in a strip club. I worked in a nightclub. Niggas went to jail all the time. They would come in and cuff them niggas and drag them out to jail. So Platt, were you a part of what they were? Fuck no. But this was the thing. I was available if they needed to talk. They never talked to me. They never, I didn't know what they was doing. You're right, I don't know. But people getting locked up, that's not, if you work with people, you don't know everybody you work with.
Yeah.
But no, did I share hotel rooms with? Did I go out of town with? Fuck no. I just worked with them. I just worked with them. Platt, we'd like you to come down to the station. I'm there. Did you see? No, see nothing. What involvement did you have? None. I just worked at the company. They hired him. They hired me. I don't know. Well, what about him? It seemed like a regular dude to me. I don't. He never. No.
But okay, so Platt. So the thing is, though, Austin, he can't go down to Brazil and go to a police station and try to clear his name on anything because he already had gotten himself already in a controversy before in Brazil. So it's better to just like stay away from Brazil. You know what I mean?
Why?
So
Why?
it's just better that way because
No. No.
you don't want to get caught up in something.
Austin is live right now. Austin can go to Brazil, get off the plane, go live, and he'll make money. He'll make content, go into the police station, say who he is, going live the whole time, turn over his information, say, if you have any questions, anything, I'm available. And after 2-3 days, he said, nobody's called me. I'm going back to Nambia. And that clears everything up. Simple as that. And
Taking
guess
a
what?
risk.
Even if there was charges, right? Even if there's future charges, guess what they have in the court? The lawyer can say, he came here and what you talking about? My client was here. My client has documented that he came into the station. He handed himself over. What are these charges now? You see what I'm saying? He would have that. But if you don't do that, and Austin can do what he wants. He's live in Nambia. It looks like he's running.
He needs to sit still, man. This is a man who needs to sit still. He does not need to be traveling continent to continent, country to country. He needs to just sit still. But that's his life. He's gonna do what he wants to do.
Austin and all of these guys, and if you define yourself as a passport, bro, and you under 30, you need to be on your best behavior, man. And look, you can get women, okay? You can. You young, they love you, you love them. But man, don't be putting that as content. Just don't put that as content. It's not a good look for you. It's not a good look for them.
It just helps bring in the male viewers. It just
But look at the stigma it has. It's still going to look bad. It's going to look bad. Period. If you're a person and you're paid to do pornography. That don't look good in society. Nobody said it was illegal. It's just not a good. It's not a good look amongst the dinner thieves and the lower end people. You're right. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. To mainstream, to polite society. Come on, man. That's unacceptable.
But to be fair though, Flat or Austin, he has cleaned up his content. Sorry, not his content. He cleaned up his content like recently. Like he doesn't post like he used to post. You know what I mean? Like he does different type of content now. And now it looks like he has like a main boo that he kind of travels with now. So it's like it's different than what it used to be.
But the thing that it looks staged. It looks performative. It looks like he's performative. Look like he's trying to change the narrative or the discussion so it don't look like it's organic. It doesn't look like a guy who's met someone who has a relationship. Nah, it looks staged.
Really? Okay.
Look, Austin is Austin, man. I hope, for my sake, I'm a black man. For his sake, I hope that this is all a misunderstanding and there's nothing to concern ourselves with. I hope so. I don't want to see nothing happen to that, man. I want to see nothing happen to that brother. And as far as Floyd, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's Floyd. They found a video of a child being assaulted, and he deserves a fair trial. I agree, but I cannot make that statement about Floyd because if he was doing stuff like that, he needs to be held accountable. But no, I want to see a black man not live his best life? No, I want Austin to live his best life. But there are questions, just questions about what did he know and when did he know it?
Yeah, those are fair questions to ask. But it just seems like there's some people who just have a like they're not objective when it comes to Austin Holloman. And again, I'm not trying to come on here and defend Austin. You know what I mean? Like I don't hate him or like him. You know, I'm pretty neutral. But I do like I want for people to get a fair shake. You know what I mean? Like I just to be treated fairly. You know, I hate when people are not
Me too.
objective. You know, when it comes to Austin Holloman.
Who? I'm just saying. We
Oh,
had a
who?
guy.
No,
We had a
we
guy
had a guy
before.
last time on
Yeah,
your last
we did.
broadcast.
Yeah,
Flat.
we did. We had one guy. He clearly was not fair. King of
Yeah.
Brooklyn. I don't know what's going on with him. We had Yoga. He's not fair. He said that Austin slandered him. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the dealings these guys have had, but yeah, I agree. There are guys out there. There's some venom out there. You know, so but nah, the guy did you see the video? There's a guy who says he's turning information to law enforcement.
Now I have to check that
He
video
said
out. So it was a
Austin
YouTuber who
is
said
faking
that?
a document on his page.
I saw
Yeah,
that
you
post.
know, it's the guy. It's the main guy who's been going at Austin. He said he's going to turn that information over to law enforcement. Said it was a fake document. That's what he was saying. I mean, I don't know if he's going to turn it over, but and he said Austin had been he had been communicating with Austin. And let me tell you guys on YouTube something. The whole back channel stuff, they're not, these YouTubers, they're not going to do nothing. If you email somebody something, they're not going to do nothing but throw it on the internet, man. They're not going to respect your privacy. They're going to chunk it on the internet. They don't care, man. The best thing to do is let them say what they want to say and be done with it. Don't engage them and then make it into more than what it is. And I mean, like I just seen the guy's videos. I don't know who the guy is, but yeah, he stays on the Passport Bros, whoever this guy is. I don't know if you're a former Passport Bro. He's an African dude. He stays on the path. No, he says he's in Dallas. That don't mean he can't be African, but yeah, he lives in Dallas. What do you think?
And Austin is from Texas too, so it could be some Texas hate too. Again, a lot of people he could have some haters in his local state. You know what I mean?
Do you think the Passport Bro movement can recover from Floyd?
Yes. If travelers, when they post content, they just have to make sure to say, "Hey, I'm not associated with that type of behavior. I don't condone the type of stuff that Floyd allegedly was doing." And I'm promoting peaceful travel and being a good U.S. citizen when I go abroad. I just don't do any effery.
How do you I don't know how to say this. How do you on one side of the fence tell single men some of them may be incels, some of them may be struggling, some of them don't want to deal with American women. How do you present that option to them without showing them the women and showing them what you're doing, i.e., having a scaled down approach to it, saying, "Hey, here the women are here, but I can't show them to you. But the women are here." And I'm not. Don't confuse me with Floyd. Don't confuse me with these other guys. I'm legitimate traveler. That's what I'm saying. So when you look at Floyd, you can make a case that was a nail in the coffin for the passport board. It seemed like it.
I mean, because Pat, you don't want to start saying that Floyd represents all passport bros, or even forget that label, just all male travelers, male
I
U.S.
don't agree with
travelers.
that. Well, first of all, I've been the only person saying that they never represented the passport bros. I said that about Austin. I said that about Floyd. I said them some young ass boys. I said them two little ass boys. I seen the passport bros. Them grown ass men. A lot of them dudes married. Those grown fucking men, they're married. They're older, but they didn't want to push them. They wanted to push these little ass boys, and this is what you get from that. They weren't ready for that. They're children. I know they're grown and stuff. Well, how about this? They act like kids. How about that one?
See, Platt, I will say this though about the passport bros. I think there is a big misconception. A lot of people thought, when the passport bro movement was coming about, people thought, okay, men just want to go to other countries, find wives. But now I'm looking through all these travelers, all these YouTubers, travel YouTubers. Very few of them are actually settled down in like a monogamous relationship, married. A lot of them just
Mhm.
want to have fun, which is fine, but we need to get over that misconception, basically, that that these travelers are really going out there to just try to find wives. That's not the case. That's not the case. They really just going out to just have fun, which is fine. But
Aren't
let's
aren't you a aren't you a traveler?
yeah, I am
Have you found a wife?
not yet. Still working on it.
Mm. Oh, well, I'm just saying. Well, do you feel like that's a good idea to find a wife? Like, don't you feel like there's more meat on the bone before you say, "Hey, I just want one woman"?
I mean, but for how long can you play the whole dating game? There comes a time where a man has to try
You
to settle down.
you tell me. I don't. You know what is. You know what is traveling, getting older. I mean, I don't know. You tell me.
There comes a time, flat. You gotta try to settle down. You know what I mean? So, you know, and if I do try to, if I well, because I'm trying to get away from the whole dating game too. I'm trying to settle down too. And if I do settle down, I'm actually my preference is, believe it or not, is like an American woman. I'd rather get settled down with an American woman
How
first
come
and
y'all?
foremost.
Oh no, no, Dave. I'm serious because I asked another
Yeah.
guy. How come y'all don't Mac? I'm serious. Look, when I say this question to you,
hmm
I'm serious. How come y'all don't Mac American broads when y'all abroad?
I do occasionally. I don't know, but not all men do that. Yeah, they like there's this thing where like male travelers, like U.S. Citizens, like when they go abroad, like they're not trying to talk to female U.S. citizens. Like no,
But
like,
why
just
not? I'm just saying, if you go to Guam
mm,
and you go there and there's 5 women from America and they're having they're there visiting their family member who's about to get married. He's in the military, and they're just there and they find your type, just what you like. Why not Mac them? I don't get that because God was telling me,
well,
no, man, that's no, 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 leave American women alone, leave American women alone. I said, wait a minute, man, but if I'm in Guam messing with foreign women and I see a women that I'm like, yo, man, damn, I like that. Why not tap them? I don't, and they keep telling me that that's a no. You don't deal with American women. No, no, no.
no, because Todd, think about it like this, right? So you went all around the world just to talk to
Yeah,
American women. You could have just
you
stayed
got.
home.
You're right. Hold up. This guy's right. We got to get back to football. He's right. I'd have
Oh
to
yeah,
do a whole new stream. I would have to
yeah,
do a restream. No, you got an email, man. You're a traveler, right?
yeah. I'm a traveler.
I'm gonna do a
Yeah.
pass. You don't consider yourself a passport bro, though, right?
No, I don't like to use that label on myself, but I just consider myself a
Put
traveler, a
put your
U.S. citizen
email
traveler.
put your email in the private chat, and I'll
Okay,
just do a stream with you, and we'll talk about traveling and stuff like that. But no, I can't do it under this stream
okay. I'll
because people
put it
look
in the
at the
chat.
thumbnail. They look at the thumbnail, right?
Mhm.
And they think football, and we up here talking about DR and shit like
Yeah,
that.
no, you're right. You're right. You're right. We gotta stay on topic.
Yeah. Okay. I got you, bro. So I'll hit you up, man. And if you got a travel friend, if you know, incidentally a passport, bro, bring him too. He
Okay.
come up because I have some questions about that. And we know we got Fresca Bar, so if he was here earlier, but I have questions because I lived overseas and I'll do a stream about that because I want to talk about the right way to go overseas because I don't think that's ever talked about here.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, and I'll probably do that tomorrow. But I'll just check your email. Just be checking it between tomorrow. Just I'd say 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning till about 12 o'clock because I'll do it between that time. I got to get the
Okay.
thumbnail and all of that. And like I said, others can join, but you are going to be the focus because you're a traveler. And I'm gonna ask you why you don't. Well, we can. I'll ask you what I ask you when I ask you. Okay? Because I'm
Okay.
gonna get
Cool.
out of that.
Okay. I
Okay,
wish
look.
Platt. I wish you had like a set time where you do your broadcast. I know you're all over the place. Like you'll do it
Oh
mornings,
yeah, I just be
afternoons,
doing stuff.
evenings.
No, well, I could be on Twitter, man, and something will happen, so I'll just do a stream. Mike quit. I didn't know Mike was gonna quit. I don't even talk football over here, but I said, yeah, I got to do this one. I didn't know Mike was gonna quit, man. And also, this channel we try to give people like you, average people, an opportunity to voice their thoughts and their opinion. They don't have to be right. When you look at CBS and they say Mike Tomlin or ESPN, you can't. They don't give you an opportunity to voice your opinion over there.
That's true.
Yeah, Jason Whitlock, he don't give you an opportunity to voice your opinion. So we come over here and we put up what we think. And that's what this is. And when we do this Passport Bro stream, it's going to be what you think. And we will get into Austin and Florida. So be ready for that. And if you're in the Passport Bro spaces, right? You're over there, right?
Yeah. Sometimes I go on Jay Rello's page. I talk with Jay Rello. I chop it up with some
Listen,
other
I got
travelers.
no problem with Jay Rello, right? Jay, if you're listening, I got no problem with you, bro. But no, you got to bring somebody else. It can't be him.
No, I can say I'm gonna bring him, but shout out Jay Rello. Shout out to Jay Rello. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
no, I'm just saying, no, I got no problem with him, but we want to get it from a different source, we want a different perspective.
Okay.
If it's okay. So remember, between 5 a.m. Central and 12 o'clock, check your email, or you can check the page. I'm gonna put it out there. If you show up, I'm gonna do it. If you don't show up, I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna do it anyhow.
Okay.
All right. And we got FBA up here, but FBA, your devices is not connected. Foundational Black American Zoe. It says devices, that's your cam and your mic. I don't know what's going on with your connection. It's saying not connected. Because I need some clarity on that. I need somebody to tell me with this Tucker Carlson, what's the big deal about him mentioning FBA? Now, Professor Truth broke it down perfectly, and I appreciate you, Professor Truth, whoever you are. Thank you. But he was the most, like, he put up a load, I think, a couple of hours ago. Thank you, man. We needed that. The FBA blacks, they needed that, man. Thank you. Because he gave some clarity on there about ain't nobody supporting no damn Tucker Carlson.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, they said we know damn well what Tucker. Yeah, no, go and listen to Professor Truth's latest broadcast where he goes in on Tucker and James Fishbank or Fishbite or whatever his name is. He goes in on those guys and says we know exactly what you're trying to do. But he gets a little bit more specific why FBA is they're going to use it to benefit them. So in a lot of ways, they're saying, Tucker, you put your foot in the trap. We were hoping you did that, but believe me, you ain't gonna stop the movement. You can think you can try to play games, but in the end, you're gonna pay. And I was like, yeah, now we're talking. We gonna use this motherfucker. Okay. Yeah, okay. Keep saying FBA, Tucker. We finna use your ass.
I have one question for you, Platt. I think I know the answer, but what's your stance on before we get back to football? What's your stance on reparations?
Black people more than deserve reparations. I'm a little bit different. I want about at least $2 million. I do. I'm individually. Go add it up. It's about $1 trillion. If you look at the amount of African Americans all receiving about $2 million, and then you take it, you half it, because some of them are kids. So you say about $20 million. $20 million. Give me $2 million for every. Give me $2 million times $20 million. What's that? $40 million.
Yeah.
Right. That ain't even no money.
Yeah, 2 times 20, 40 million.
I could be wrong about that. That could be more than that. 200 million, something. Anyhow, what I'm saying is because it's yeah. Well, I mean, you got to do the math, right? I'm not a mathematician, so you guys can tell me exactly what that number is. But what I'm saying is, give me two. And I said this right here, and I stand on this. Give me $2 million, Donald Trump. I swear to God, the only time you'll see me again is when they fly my fucking rotten bones back to the States. You'll never hear from me again. You want to quote unquote get the niggas out of it? I am gone.
I've been watching this broadcast so long now, Pat. I already know there's two destinations you'd go to, from what I understand from listening to you in the past. It's either Japan or Vietnam.
Well, I can go to both. I can
No, because I know those are your two favorite countries. I know you mentioned them
I
in
want,
the
man,
past.
man, Vietnam is calling me, man. I'm saying ghosts. It's like it's like something is in my ear. It's like you got to go there. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I need to go this year. I got some things I got to take care of, but I think I'm gonna go to Vietnam. And I'm gonna live stream and I'm gonna walk down the street. You're gonna see now. You're gonna see a player. See, you're gonna see difference between ain't no that Floyd. You're gonna see how a real nigga do. You're gonna see how a real nigga at the bitch. You're gonna see a real motherfucker out. Bro, I ain't gotta speak no motherfucking Vietnamese. I speak the universal language. You're gonna see them hoes laughing and smiling and coming back to the room. And I'm gonna fuck with the food over there. I'm gonna go and eat me some noodles and shit. But I'm gonna keep asking about the African Americans. I'm gonna say, where's the village for the blacks? Where's the black village? It's over there. Because I do want to see that. And I hope I run into a brother. He might be 80 or 90. I'm gonna talk to that brother. So, brother,
You were in the military at one point. Is there a story that's going around that like a lot of brothers stayed after the Vietnam War and settled and made families? Is that
they,
true?
they, they didn't stay after, they stayed during.
Oh,
A lot of them brothers, they committed what unauthorized absence. A lot of them dudes went UA. A lot of them dudes crossed line. They're traitors. They're considered
Mm,
traitors, but the United States has never really tried to bring them back. And they
okay.
got married, man. They had families over there. I think if you look at it's like a significant amount because we like to go Tokyo Rose, um, the Japan thing, right? But they had the same thing in Vietnam. I think it was Tokyo Rose. And they called it Tokyo Rose, but they was piping her out. They would go into the large fields and they was putting those big loudspeakers. They was putting them on and they would pump African American, a soul brother, African American. We have no problem with you. If you defect, we will take care of you. And they said, you got to imagine you sleeping in the field. You ain't even been around women for months. And you got this woman with this voice and she's saying, leave. We have no fight with you. Leave. If you come here, we'll take care of you. Leave. And they said they reported the greatest number of defections during the
Wow.
Vietnam. And a lot of those men came there, they married, and they have offspring. That's why I said, man, you can run into a chick from Vietnam, and that chick is popping.
Yeah, they're very beautiful down there. A lot of beautiful Vietnamese women.
Yeah, and it's a different type of. If you look at the way they're made, they're taller, they're longer, they're leaner. That's a long. What's her name? Is Vietnamese? The one that Jeezy married. You see how she's built?
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. I put Jenny Ma, right? Jenny
yeah.
Ma.
Jenny Ma's Vietnamese. You see how she built, don't you? Right? Imagine
Yeah,
that.
she's cute.
Imagine that shape with an ass,
Yeah, she's cute.
with
She's cute.
that long, slender shape, but built. And a lot of them are like that. So yeah, it's a different, it's different race. And yeah, I think I'm gonna stick my head in the door. I'm gonna stick my head over there. Why not? I'll pay for a flight, put the paperwork in. I'm gonna go to Vietnam for about a week.
The most expensive thing you're gonna spend is just a flight. Like I heard, once you get there, cheap as hell.
Well, no, I don't fly there cheap. I don't do cheap flights. I'm gonna pay for my flight because I don't want to crash. Just
No,
like in
no, I mean,
America, like American Airline, I don't fly American. Yeah, that's the cheapest you can. I got to go up because I'm like, okay, why would I fly the cheapest way? What if we crash?
no, not necessarily it's gonna be like a cheap flight. Like no, like you're gonna because of the distance, that flight is gonna be expensive. Flat, just because of the distance alone.
Aren't they communists though? Can you just fly into there?
Yeah, it's a socialist country.
Yeah, I might not be. Well, I'd like to,
You got to check. You might need to get a e-visa. You might need to, because I know Thailand you don't need a visa, but since Vietnam is like almost like right next door, but I know there is a different situation. You might need to check on that. You might need an e-visa. But
What if I became a passport bro? What would you think?
uh,
Would that shock you?
no way to shop. Platt, honestly, you for a long time you kind of been like saying that like you want to show them how it's done. So show them how it's done. Show them how to be a respectable passport, bro.
That part I don't know about the respectable, but I'll show you how to game. I do that. I already did it, man. I'm just saying. I'm tempted, man. I'm not. You'll know that I'm working on that if I shut this channel down for 6 months. I'll be in. You can just say he's in Vietnam. I'll be in Vietnam. I'm gonna go live in Vietnam.
So wait, let me ask you something, Platt, because I've been listening to your broadcast for like a long time, and I did remember one time you did mention that you were married at one point, but you got divorced. Will you ever get remarried again, or is that over for you?
No, I get remarried. I gotta find the right woman. I get remarried.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, she ain't gotta act right. I tell her she ain't gotta act right all the time. I'll tell her, I say, hey, listen, you 21. I'm older than you. I'm gonna bite the dust. Just act right while I'm around. Just give me 10-year run. But if you want to pop your shit, after 10 years, go and pop your shit. But see, I'm that type of dude. I'm gonna put so many babies in her, she ain't gonna be able to do that. You can call her a wife, she gonna be a baby factory. If I'm gonna do the family thing, I'm gonna do the family thing, man. You niggas, I don't want to. If I'm single, I'm single. If I'm married, she finna have my kids.
Yeah. And that's a lot of men think. We like there's no purpose to marriage other than having kids. Like why get married if you don't want to have kids? Just be alone in that case. But some people want companionship, but me personally, like if I get married, it's because I want kids.
Let me tell you something though. When you know a person, the relationship or the engagement or the intimacy is just so much stronger. So when you say, I just want to pump and dump, and that certainly has its fun. But even the women you pump and dump, once you get to know them, it's just a different. Y'all just different, man. And that's really what we're about. We're social creatures. It's better. I'm not saying you need to wait 15 dates and big and stuff. I'm saying that when you know that person. And dudes got to understand it, man. Y'all need. I'm not gonna get into that. Look, I don't know. We'll see what the future holds for me. We'll see. I'm not interested in the DR, even though I've seen they got a lot of ass over there though. I give them that. And I saw Ice Spice. Ice Spice is Dominican. I call herself Ice Spice. That's a man, woman, white as fuck. I saw her with the NBA dude. So look, hats off to Ice. See, this is what I'm saying. Women like that, all these women want an NBA player. She got one. She got a couple of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she sexy red. We see her with a dude with an ankle bracelet on. There ain't no demand. Don't nobody want that. They want Spice though.
Ice Spice.
They want Spice. The NBA dudes, they want her. Isn't that what the women say they want her? Tall and all of that. Well, she's got that.
But do they want Ice Spice because she light skin or because she badder? This is the you know.
Uh,
'Cause some people are colorists. You know what I
well,
mean, Flat?
I don't know that one. You'd have to talk to them on that.
Yeah.
But see, I couldn't deal with Ice because she lost weight. Give me the Ice from 2020 when she was a red bone with a fat ass. I like that. So if I fuck with Ice, I'm gonna be feeding her cheeseburgers. I'm gonna keep saying, let's go to Wendy's. I don't care if she said we just ate. I'm gonna say, eat again. Eat some more. You want some more fries? Give me double fries, 2 Dave's triples. I gotta swell her up, man.
Ice Spice.
She got now. She actually she's thin, skinny now, but she's actually got. And we get it. It's money and stuff and marketing, and you want to market to a certain demographic. We get that part. But before she was big, she looked like, I don't know if she was dancing or not. She looked like a strip. She like a dancer, bro. Her body can hold the weight, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she can get thick. So listen, not me. Obviously, I'll never meet the woman, but look at the NBA guys. That's what I'm saying. Why you think she's getting NBA attention and someone like a Red is not? Red is fucking niggas off the corner. And I said the sad thing about it is Red is the most talented one.
But you know who's more talented than both of them? I think, in my opinion, you
Uh-huh.
might disagree with this, Flat, but I think Glorilla. I mean, some of her songs are way better than Ice Spice and Sexy Red, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
We
but
got a
that's just
troll
my
in the
opinion.
chat. Hold up, we got a troll. He said 6 years ago she was 20. Obviously, brother, well, she's over 18, but legal age, brother. We got a troll. Let's just show you how these niggas think, bro. Bro, I don't know how old Ice Spice is. I saw her before she got famous. She was thick as fuck. You want me to show you the picture? And guess this the thing. She posted the picture. I didn't post that picture. Now it's my fault. Hold up. Now it's my fault. She put a picture up showing a lot of ass. I like the picture and I'm wrong now. You niggas is nuts, bro.
So a lot of people saying no.
Hit the link. He said I'm not a troll. Hit the link, brother. Here go the link. Hit the link. Hit the link, brother. You want to come in my chat? Talk like a fool? Hit the link. Hit the link, brother. Hit the link. He ain't gonna do it. Hit the link. That nigga said Ice was 20 in 2020. Meaning what? I don't even know what that means.
She over there. I mean, is he trying to say like why we liking young girls? I don't know what he's trying to say. Like she's legal.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, so yeah.
yeah.
So what I'm saying is, I don't even know what that means. He ain't gonna hit the link. You know what, bro? Goodbye. There we go. We got rid of him. Like the stream, man.
But yeah, Plat, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna
Okay.
try to keep listening in the back and yeah, keep doing your thing, all right, man?
I got you, man. Check your email.
All right, cool. Take care.
Will will do, brother. Will do. We went long. We went long. because we had a point to make, and we made our point. We made our point. We got the trolls, and we keep getting these trolls. And we'll deal with them appropriately. Mike Tomlin is out. He's been fired. He's been replaced with the Notre Dame head coach. Well, they're trying to find his replacement, the Notre Dame head coach. We'll see if that, give it a couple of days. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, the guy's under contract, but there's negotiations going on behind the scenes, and we'll see how that plays out. We'll see. Like the stream, man. Let's do a 12-hour stream, man. Get these haters upset. These niggas really think they can tell me what to do, bro. I think I did 6 this morning. I'm finna do 8 tonight. And these niggas get into my chat box, and this dude is already blocked. I done blocked the dude. He back under a fake account, worrying about me. Don't worry about what we do over here, brother. You don't like it, don't come. Don't come over here. But you over here watching. These niggas be over here hoping, bro. They be hoping that you say something so they can hop on it. They be hoping, they be praying. Hopefully I can take something and take it out of context and use it against him. Well, you keep hoping, bro. Why don't you hit the Cash App while you hoping? Support the platform. Hit the Super Chat, man. Support the platform. Hit the Cash App. Hit the Super Chat. Do us all a favor. Mike Tomlin is out. He's out. We got the join link posted. We'll take your thoughts. Mike Tomlin is out. Steelers are on the phone with Marcus Freeman of Notre Dame. Marcus has come out publicly and said he's not interested in the NFL. He just signed a contract in December of 24. So he's 1 year, 2 years into a deal. It's a 6-year deal. We know that if the NFL, if they're willing to pay, and I don't know how much it'll be, if they're willing to pay that university, they'll let him go. And just because an agent says something, that don't mean he won't do it. That doesn't mean that. It's very possible he'll still do it. Like the stream, man. Support the platform. What we doing, man? What we doing? Mike is done for. And where will he go? You know, I'm like, where you think Mike gonna wind up coaching? Where do you think Mike's gonna wind up coaching when all is said and done? He might wind up coaching Notre Dame, huh? Can you see the disaster that would be if Mike Tomlin coaches Notre Dame? That'd be that'd be 1-15. Mike will be out of that job so quick, man. It wouldn't even be funny. But a lot of Negroes think, you know, that the team is lost. That team ain't lost nothing, bro. That team's still going. That team gonna get better. They're gonna get better and better and better. Like the stream, man. Support the platform. Hit the super chat. Hit the cash app. Hit the super chat. Hit the cash app. Where you at? A lot of people think it was overdue, man. The man with 19 years, he had 9 seasons where they didn't win a playoff game. They did nothing. They tried to fire him about 4 or 5 years ago. He whined and complained about that. Meanwhile, Sean Payton has been fired. He has another job at Denver. Vrabel has been fired. He has another job with New England. Both of those guys are doing well. And they got a promising future because they have young quarterbacks. And Mike did the right thing to do. He quit. He was supposed to. It took him a minute, but he quit. That was admirable. That's what you needed him to do. He gave it up. He quit. It's overdue, but he quit. Like the stream, man. Support the platform.